Sports Center.
The Milwaukee Bucks won the 2024 NBA Cup last night with a dominant 97-81 victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder, and Giannis was selected MVP. And it's bowl season. Tonight, Western Kentucky and James Madison battle it out in the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl, and Cal takes on UNLV in the LA Bowl. I'm Vic Brown with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. Hey there, how we doing? It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm AJ Hoffman, joined as I'm always joined, never failing, my trusty sidekick, my companion, my compadre, my partner, in every way but sexually, Mr. Rob Thompson. Good morning, Rob. Rob?
Where is he at?
Oh.
Oh, man.
Rob's not
that's right.
here.
I forgot. I thought he was in the other room.
Again, he's not here. Huh. Huh.
What's going on?
What's going on indeed, man? That's Vic Brown. He's, I guess, Vic, you're going to have to do the show with me because it appears once again Rob has failed to appear for work. I don't know how he keeps doing this to you guys. I really don't.
And it always happened on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's like he's got some strange schedule where he's got to have Wednesday off because I can't explain. He'll be gone all next week. He's working 0 days next week, and I can't explain it other than he's got vacation left and he's going to use it. Now me, I've got vacation left.
But
that's all right, man. There's priorities, and my priority is the audience. I want to bring joy to the audience, and it's I could do one of two things, Vic.
What?
I could sleep in and sit around all day in my underwear watching TV.
That sounds like a plan.
Sounds cool, right?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Or I could bring joy in sports and other stuff to the people who they're out there working hard. You think everybody else gets a day off on a Wednesday? You think they all got today off?
Nah.
Hell no. Hell no. They got to show up, and they're like, man, they're driving to their crummy jobs. Probably they hate their boss. They probably sometimes think about beating the hell out of their boss. I bet they do.
Oh, yeah, it probably crosses their mind.
I've been there before. I've been there before. Trust me, I know what it's like.
It'll go away, but it comes back.
And you're driving, and you're thinking, man, I need just give me 15 or 20 minutes of joy in my life before I get to my job where I got to spend the next 8 hours in misery. And they say, you know who will bring us joy is Rob and AJ. Those guys like to have fun. They want to make me smile. And it's true.
Yeah, just hearing Rob's stories, he's got the worst luck. So hearing all his bad luck stories are hilarious.
Yeah.
But
today you'll get no sad sack stories from Rob.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to come to work. Now, me, I prioritize the people. Some would say I'm a man of the people. And I can't say I disagree with them. Have you ever seen anything about me that says otherwise, Vic?
Nope. You're
of
here.
the people. Man of the people. So it's just me and Vic today. Rob is he should be back tomorrow. He worked Monday and Tuesday. He's taking Wednesday off. He'll work Thursday and Friday. And then he'll be off all next week. I mean, what a life.
Man,
what a life. Now, this is after he took like the last 4 Wednesdays in a row off, too.
Oh, yeah, mind you, yeah. Well, it's one of those you got to use it or lose it. They don't let us sell it back, so.
Like I said, but I could use it, but that would, who that would screw over? The audience.
The audience, yeah.
Yeah. And who do I care about? The audience. I mean, make no mistake. I am here for the people. Para la gente.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, everyone knows that about me. We have a lot to discuss today. First of all, the most important basketball game of the season happened last night. It was the Emirates Cup was played. We have a new, undisputed heavyweight Emirates Cup champion of the world. Of the world, Craig.
Yeah.
Of the world.
This time it's the world.
So we'll talk about that. We've got some new college football head coaches that have big names that are taking their wares on the road. We've got a new quarterback in Atlanta. We've got a lot of Jared Jones sound to go through. Jared was talkative yesterday, so we'll hear from him. State of the Cowboys, if you will. And we got to talk some hoops. We got to talk not just the NBA and not just the Emirates Cup, because Adam Silver gave sort of a state of the NBA address, and there's some problems. Usually when the commissioner has these things, he'll say only good things about what's going on in the sport. Everything's fine. All is well.
Yeah, he would.
But this time he says, well, there's some things that could be better. It ain't all peaches and cream, as they say.
Yeah, he's pulling it back a little bit.
I don't know who says that, but I've heard they say that. It ain't all peaches and cream, Bubba. And I don't think Adam Silver ever says Bubba, but it'd be funny if he did. Yeah. But we'll also talk about college hoops, where the SEC just continues to be an absolute juggernaut. And I know you're thinking, oh, not football. We're talking about basketball, right? The Big 12. Right, that's where the good basketball is. Big 12, Kansas, Houston, or Baylor, or maybe it's the ACC with Duke and North Carolina. No, friend, no. It's the Southeastern Conference, where here it just means more. And they continue to be the dominant force in not just college basketball, college athletics, you name it. That's where the magic's happening in college sports these days, is the SEC. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about why they're able to dominate so much. We'll talk to Dr. Jason Garrett a little bit later on in the show about some of the injuries going around, including Sincere McCormick, who unfortunately San Antonio's own Sincere McCormick tweeted out, "I'll see you guys next year." That's a bit of a bummer. That's a bit of a bummer, because he left the game with an ankle injury. The thought was maybe it wasn't going to be that bad, but if he's tweeting out, "I'll see you next year," that means I wouldn't put him in your fantasy lineup this week. Also, his contract's up, so there's no guarantee he'll be a Raider. Who knows where he'll be this time next year. But either way, it was cool to see him win that gig in Las Vegas and make the most of it. And, of course, we'll take a look at what's going on outside the world of sports and take a look at the daily lines, where it's a bowl game extravaganza. The bowl game extravaganza has begun, and I got news for you guys. See this piece of paper?
Yeah.
Not everybody can, because some people are listening on their radios, like old school. But I've got a piece of paper in my hand that has a list of all the bowl games we're carrying on our stations, and I got to tell you, this is a hearty list. All of our bowl games, all the football playoff and the bowls are brought to you by the Break Room Bar in Live Oak on Pat Booker Road and Ewald Kubota. But tonight, we've got two games for you here. Starting at 5, or actually starting at 4. So that means, we're kicking the Blitz off the air at 4? They're only doing 2 hours today?
2 hours, that's it.
Aren't they on remote, too? At the Biscuit place or something, Bark and Biscuit?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow.
It is today. It's Wednesday. What's the name of that place? I want to make sure I let you guys know where to go see.
Biscuit?
Bunk and Biscuit.
Yeah, let me see.
The Blitz is out and about. You should go see them. They are live at Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit, Doggy Daycare in Selma off I-35. It says from 2 to 6 on Wednesday, but I know at 4 o'clock, we're gonna start carrying the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl. I never know how to say it, either Boca Raton or Boca Raton or Boca Raton. I don't know.
Oh, I think I said Boca Raton.
That's what I've always said. But a lot of
depends on where you're from.
A lot of Floridians, which, by the way, you have to kind of go with the people who are from there, right?
Yeah.
They say Boca Raton. So, like me, having lived in Vegas the last 3 years, a lot of people say Nevada, and that's very, very wrong. It's not Nevada. And if you correct them, they're like, no, it's Nevada. And it's like, no, I assure you, I lived there. It's Nevada. And in Nevada, if you call it Nevada, everybody makes fun of you. They all like it. It's an instant. You're not from here. You're a tourist if you call it Nevada. In the DMV, there's a like it's painted on the wall. Like NUH.
The pronunciation.
VA-DUH Nevada. And it says don't say it wrong. We'll all know you're a phony.
Yeah.
But there you go. So I if I were from Florida, I would know how to say Boca Raton or Boca Raton, but I don't because I'm not a Floridian. Rob is the only one of the three of us here who's lived in Florida, and he didn't show up to work today to tell me how to properly enunciate the Raton or Raton or Raton or Raton.
Or the history behind it.
Raton.
Raton. Rotan. I don't know. That's a good
Rotan?
one.
Rotan. I no, the truth may never come out about the Boca Raton Bowl. Raton.
The rat bowl.
Isn't that's how you say rat, right? Boca Raton.
Una raton.
What is Boca?
I don't know. What is Boca? Boca. Or what? Mouth? Boca?
No, that's Voca.
Yeah. VOCA. What's BOCA?
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, BOCA is mouth.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Ratmouth? That's the name of their town?
Ratmouth. Yeah. Boca Raton.
Well, that's what we'll see tonight. The roofclaim.com Ratmouth Bowl will be right here on our station starting at 4. And right after that, the LA Bowl, formerly the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl. I guess I don't know if Jimmy Kimmel ran out of money. I'm not sure what happened.
I think he did run out of money.
I don't think Jimmy Kimmel runs out of money. I think they keep giving Jimmy Kimmel more and more and more money. But in the Ratmouth Bowl, we've got Western Kentucky and James Madison. In the L.A. Bowl, we've got Cal and UNLV. UNLV, who is in shambles right now. Obviously, they lose Barry Odom, their head coach. He gone to Purdue. And now it's come out that Brennan Marion, the designer of that go-go offense that really kind of lit a fire under this UNLV program, he took a job at Sacramento State. That doesn't make exactly. How UNLV didn't just walk up to this dude and say, hey, man, job's yours is beyond me. But now he's going to be the head coach at Sacramento State, which is an FCS program. Meanwhile, UNLV will have no coach in the bowl and will likely get their ass kicked tonight in the LA Bowl. But, hey, it could be worse. You could be playing in the Ratmouth Bowl, and no one wants that. All right, when we come back, we'll discuss the game of the year so far, the Emirates Cup Championship of the World that was played last night. We've got a new champion. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we're getting reports of a stall on I-10 westbound in Woodstone, northwest side of town. Quickly moved it off a main lane. It's now off to the right shoulder. Now, this road work on 35 southbound, Tepperwine to Judson, almost a 40-minute commute. It's got the roadway reduced to one lane, so you're going to start to slow down right around FM 1518. And then on the northbound side of 35 Judson Road on up to Tepperwine, this road work causing about a 10-12-minute delay slow from Weidner. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Make holiday magic this year with something beautiful and timeless from Diamonds Direct. A stunning diamond pendant, a pair of classic diamond stud earrings, something new and eye-catching from a world-class designer. Or maybe you're looking for that perfect gemstone piece or a fabulous timepiece. At Diamonds Direct, we have hundreds of styles that are ready to be wrapped and put under the tree. No need to wait for shipping. Come and let our experts help you pick out that headliner gift. Or for some fabulous ideas before you head to the store, see the online seasonal gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. You can even chat now with a virtual assistant for the ultimate convenience. Whether you connect online or in person, you're guaranteed to get the extraordinary value, ironclad warranties, and white glove service Diamonds Direct is known for. And to help make your purchase even more affordable, we've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
It's time to huddle up and listen close. For 2024, we pay tribute to a true game changer in the world of snacks, the unrivaled, the unbeatable, the pork rind. Yes, it's crunch time, and we're not just talking about the last few nail-biting minutes of the game. We're talking about a snack so audaciously crunchy, it puts those pretentious chips and pretzels to shame. So here's to you, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, for being more than just a crunch. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. It's crunch time. Find your rind at H-E-B.
Presenting a Gain Flings love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
Ho, ho, ho! Is your furry family member ready to meet Santa? We'll bring them to Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma this Wednesday, December 18th for Pictures with Santa. While you're there, meet the caring team and learn more about the amazing services, daycare, boarding, and grooming, all designed with your pet's health and happiness in mind. And guess what? Military, teachers, and first responders enjoy exclusive discounts as a thank you. Don't miss this chance to celebrate the season with your four-legged friends. Santa is waiting at Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma.
This holiday season, Straight Talk Wireless is letting you say yes a lot more with real unlimited data. Yes to sharing pics of the ugliest holiday sweaters. Yes to checking weather on the go for surprise sledding trips. And with a free phone at sign up, let the yes-tivities begin.
No way!
Yes way. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 1/5/25 while supplies last at participating stores. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation on select single-line plans. Limit of 2 phones per customer. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers?
eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay, things people love.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we are live out at Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit. Santa's going to be there.
Pictures with Santa and your pup. Will also talk with the dog, Bob Ballou, from KI Television about the Longhorns playoff game this week.
And RJ Ochoa will join us at 4:30 to talk those Dallas Cowboys.
Live from Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit Doggy Daycare, The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime. We need to have an intro that says, with AJ Hoffman, because Rob didn't show up to work today.
Yeah. We'll bring that up in the meeting today.
Yeah. We got our big soup meeting. I think that's why he takes Wednesdays off.
Oh, he doesn't want to be in that meeting, right?
He wants to skip that meeting.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I get it. Like, I mean, who wants to sit down with a boss? I mean, that sucks, but.
I know, once a week, too.
Good morning to everybody on the Brigade Bar. Vince, first in this morning, says good morning. And then he says give away prizes. He doesn't care about anything else. He just wants free stuff.
The prize pig.
Greg, good morning. Fred says, Hoffman, you do it for me while I'm doing last-minute bids. But, yes, then I do my job hearing you guys. But then Jim Rome. But, yes, you go, Hoffman. Just me. Just me, Fred. Nobody else does it. No one else does it. No one else wants to get up and entertain. Then he says, Hoffman, text Ryan Eagle for laughs. Call him for laughs. Ask him his input on the Cup Championship game. We'll give you a prize. Yeah, Joe does not like to be woken up early.
Yeah, he needs time to do his hair.
Yeah, he's got big things going on today, man. I gotta get my hair done. Then I gotta go over to the biscuit house, and we got a whole day.
Yeah, he's got to go to the Mercedes dealership.
Yeah, man, my transmission's acting up on my Benz.
Telling you, man.
What a life. What a life. And then a lot of people commenting on the Boca Raton, the
rat mouth bowl.
The rat mouth bowl. Now, Joe says Boca Raton means mouth of the rat. Put some chile on it. It sounds better if you just say the rat mouth.
Yeah.
Mouth of the rat sounds fancy, and I guess Boca Raton is kind of fancy.
But it's Florida.
Yeah. Florida's very fake fancy. Like they are. Everybody wants to be fancy there. It's not fancy. It's what a hellacious place. I'm not a Florida man. It's not for me. But hey, to each their own. I was up till all hours of the night last night playing poker over at SA Card House. I started the tournament at 6:30, thinking
decent time. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, how late can I really be up? Yeah. We stopped the tournament at around 12:45, I think, and there were still 11 of us, and everybody had to decide to take a chop and take their share.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I agreed to that. There was one guy who did not want to agree to it, but he did anyway because he felt pressured by everyone else. I wanted to keep playing because I had the most chips, and I thought I was going to win. And first place was like $4,000. I wanted to get my hands on that because if I got $4,000, we would have so much cocaine in here this morning, Vic. You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know what to do. Does your diabetes allow you to do cocaine?
I don't know. Probably not, but I know my high blood pressure won't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you could just skip your high blood pressure pill and let loose one day.
Well,
everything in moderation. That's what you say, right? You can eat anything as long as it's in moderation. Yeah. You could do a little bit of cocaine.
Yeah, just a little, but not too much.
Right.
Yeah. I have a trust in place, so in case anything happens, I'm good.
There you go. But I didn't win $4,000 because everybody wanted to split it. And also I was like, well, if I keep playing, this thing could go till 2 a.m. And I needed to get some kind of sleep. But the thing is, once you go to bed and you know you've got about 2 hours to sleep, it's never good sleep. It's not restful. You're worried that you're not going to wake up to your alarm. It's a giant pain in the ass. So I stayed out too late last night, and it was that I'm feeling it today. And of course, it's a day where Rob doesn't show up to help out.
I know. Right?
Why would
You're
he?
dragging.
Why would he?
I've never seen you drink coffee. Look at that.
Yeah, I got big coffee in here. But I God bless SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house. Made like $1,400 last night. That's a big win. I'll take that. Now, it's not enough to buy cocaine for everybody.
I know. Maybe just for a few people.
But for a select few.
For us.
But what I didn't want was Pledger to come in here and try to get his hands on some.
Oh, yeah.
So,
No.
actually, somebody suggested that we call Pledger and let him come in and do the show. But he's also on vacation. Everybody's on vacation except me. Next week, I think I might be the only person in the office working.
I'm on vacation, too.
Yeah, there's a good chance I'm the only one work. Now, you're working Monday, right? Or you're off the whole week?
No, I'm off the whole week, yeah. But I'll be back the following Monday, and I'll be back to rest.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know who's going to be in here. I mean.
Yeah, who can fill in?
I don't know. I'm going to keep. I'm literally the only person working next week. The only person working.
Jason and Joe are off?
I think so, yeah. You think they're working Christmas week?
No, I don't think they've ever done that.
No. You know why they don't?
Why?
They're not men of the people.
They're men of themselves.
Who is a man of the people, though, Vic?
AJ, you are.
It's so painfully obvious at this point.
Yeah.
It's so painfully obvious. Yeah, maybe that's the move. Maybe is finding somebody from the Brigade Bar to just come sit in and do the radio show. That there's probably legal liabilities that wouldn't allow us to do that. But yeah, it'd be nice to have some help. But no one cares.
Alexandra, border jumper.
Yeah, border jumper or Ren.
Yeah.
Or Eric says this is the greatest show on the planet. That guy's hired. You're my hype man.
Come on in.
And Casey, it's a bunch of Howard Stern schedules. They work when they feel like it. Man. That's the them's the breaks. All right, I told you I was going to get to the Emirates Cup. The Milwaukee Bucks win the Emirates Cup. We'll break down what happened in that game. I'm going to give away some tickets to Whitechapel. Maybe let's come back next segment with some Whitechapel so people know what they're getting into.
Okay.
Let's rage out a little on that Whitechapel, and we'll give away those tickets, and we'll talk about the Bucks winning the Emirates Cup, the second annual Emirates Cup. We'll do that next. Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we're getting reports of a stall on I-10 westbound in Woodstone, northwest side of town. Quickly moved it off a main lane. It's now off to the right shoulder. Now, this road work on 35 southbound, Tepperwine to Judson, almost a 40-minute commute. It's got the roadway reduced to one lane, so you're going to start to slow down right around FM 1518. And then on the northbound side of 35 Judson Road on up to Tepperwine, this road work causing about a 10-12-minute delay slow from Weidner. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Murdoch's Ranch and Home Supply. Murdoch's Country Christmas Sale is in full swing, offering delightful gifts for all. Through December 25th, enjoy discounts on winter wear, gifts, toys, tools, and more. It's your chance to streamline your holiday shopping and keep it affordable. Wishing you a Merry Christmas from Murdoch's.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Transform your water with Kinetico. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. Offer ends soon.
Call 656-PURE, Kinetico.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
FX's Say Nothing.
We thought joining the IRA was the noblest thing a person could do.
Northern Ireland, 1971.
They could beat us, they could shoot us, but the one thing they could never get us to do was talk.
Based on the true story and the New York Times bestseller.
You were taught that you were fighting in the name of the people. And I think people should know that it's all lies.
FX's Say Nothing. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win, and they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
If you haven't started celebrating Pixmas, you haven't started celebrating. Start today on Prize Picks because it's Pixmas time, and man, oh man, it's time for a shot at 1,000 times your cash. That's right, you got a shot for 1,000 times your cash. You can win up to 1,000 times your cash. Merry Pixmas! Head over to Prize Picks, use what you know, and win up to 1,000 times your cash. I can't say it enough. That's Prize Picks. Head over today, pick your favorites. Before you know it, you could win up to 1,000 times your money. It's so easy to play. You've been a fantasy player for years. Now put it to use. Prize Picks puts your knowledge to work. Just a couple of clicks away, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. Remember that code ALAMO for free money. That's Prize Picks. Head over today, join the millions, download the app, and win up to 1,000 times your money. Easy to do. Download the app today and use the code ALAMO. Prize Picks. Run your game.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94-1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20. The Cowboys take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home.
Let's dominate today. I like this kind of party.
Pre-game starts at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is all cooking. You asked for it, you got it. How about them Cowboys?
94-1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. The NFL is on. 94-1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Is this Whitechapel?
Yeah.
Raging, baby. Let's give away these tickets to Whitechapel. We still don't have much details. When is the show, Vic?
Let me see here.
I know it's at the Aztec Theater.
April 16th, 2025 at the Aztec. And you can get tickets at livenation.com.
There you go. Way to go. You did that read perfectly. You might be the full-time host here.
Uh-oh.
Might be the move. You know anything about sports?
Nah.
I don't either. I don't either, obviously.
No.
But let's go caller number 3. You want to go see Whitechapel? Give us a call here, 210-656-ESPN. And caller number 3, tickets to go see Whitechapel. And like Vic said so eloquently, if you don't win, you can buy your tickets at
livenation.com.
Well played. All right. Big prize money handed out last night, baby.
Oh, really?
The Milwaukee Bucks. $500,000 a man. They all got the dough. Got the dough, babe. What would you do with a $500,000, Vic? $500,000.
I wouldn't know. I'd buy Bitcoin, that's for sure.
No, you wouldn't. Bitcoin's high right now. You can't buy Bitcoin now.
No, it'll go higher.
You got to buy the dip.
Oh, yeah. Well,
you got to wait till it dips.
I'll buy XRP, maybe some Solana,
Okay.
Ethereum.
Okay.
This is not advice.
You wouldn't put anything in a 401k. That'd be outrageous.
No.
And you definitely wouldn't buy cocaine. You don't even know if your doctor would allow you to do cocaine.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
I'd buy a lot of Big Red Zero.
You know what I would do if I were you?
What?
I'd buy my way to the front of the kidney line.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to waste it all there.
I mean, if you got a new kidney, I mean, you could really party. If you spent
Oh, yeah. Well, my kidney's good now, but
I know, but
yeah.
you probably need another one if you're really going to rage, right?
Let's see.
Can you could you get another one? Could you wait on the list and say, "Hey, I've got one, but I really need another one"?
No.
That you would have to wait until the one you have is bad.
Yeah. And if I drank and smoke, I would be further down the list.
Oh.
But I don't drink and smoke, so.
Yeah. You did drink mead that one time.
Yeah, that was about it. I mean, I drink twice a year.
Yeah.
So that's it.
What about mota? Are you allowed to to smoke the reefer? The devil's lettuce?
The devil's lettuce. They didn't say anything about that.
Okay. Not that you would.
Yeah.
No, obviously, but
all right, let me get a winner. Let's see what we got.
All right. The Bucks get the win last night, and this game was, I mean, I won't say it was never in doubt, but this was a pretty handy ass whipping by the Milwaukee Bucks. 97-81 is the final. The under was never in doubt, never for a minute in doubt. But I guess neither was the side because, I say never. Again, this was a close game until halftime, and then the second half was about as lopsided as it gets. I want to say it was 51-50 at halftime. Bucks were up 1 at the half and never looked back. And a lot of it was three-pointers would not fall for Milwaukee. They shoot 15% from three-point range. Bucks shoot 42%. That's the difference in the game. If you shoot 15% from three, you're not going to win basketball games in the NBA. I talk about the Spurs and how they continue to just shoot so many threes despite not being a good three-point shooting team. This is the downside of it. One of these nights, when you've got a cold shooting night, you give yourself zero chance to win the game. And they did a pretty good job defending. You know, obviously Dame got some, Giannis got some. Those two, 26 for Giannis, 23 for Dame. They just could not get any offense. And Shai Gilgeous, 21 points on 8 of 24 shooting. He was 2 of 9 from 3. Isaiah Joe was 1 of 6 from 3. Dort was 0 of 4 from 3. They just could. Nobody had the stroke last night. And that's what it came down to, was they could not get shots to fall. And it wasn't really just the threes either. They only shot 33% from the floor overall. Just a pretty dominant defensive performance by the Bucks. These are two of the best defensive teams in the league, and that's why I like the under. It's like as good as the Thunder are, they're the best defensive team in the league. That's what they're built on now. And people forget the Bucks. I know Dame has kind of changed the identity of them, but the Bucks' best player at his core is an elite defensive player before anything else. And Giannis, I mean, before anything, that's what he is. And he did a good job of taking away the weapons for Milwaukee, or for Oklahoma City. Not that again, I don't want to say this game doesn't matter. I don't want to say that the midseason cup doesn't matter because these guys made some good money. But I still have the feeling when they're all good and healthy, when Chet Holmgren's back and rocking and rolling, that this OKC team is going to be very, very difficult to get by in a 7-game series. So it doesn't change my mind about what they are long term. It's just this was one of those bad shooting nights that, cost them half a mil apiece. So congrats to the Bucks. Rob was right on that one. Rob said the experienced team would come through.
And they did.
And they did. Peter Galan is our winner.
First-time winner.
First-time winner.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Peter.
Finally got in. He finally got through.
He's a metalhead.
Yeah.
Metalhead through and through. Peter Galan. Oh, man. We should go to that Whitechapel show, Vic.
I know, right?
But also, we can't really party.
No, but it'd be too loud. I'm old already.
Yeah, and we'd have to stay up late. And
there's-
I'm already tired.
And there's probably nowhere to sit.
Oh, yeah, those kind of concerts. I don't go to concerts like that.
Yeah.
I have
I'm the same way. It's like, I'll sit in the back.
I have one of my good friends is in a metal band. What's funny is he's one of my good friends, and I don't really even listen to their music. And they're a big nationally touring band for these. Now it's kind of a niche music thing, but it's like progressive metal music. And
just not your cup of tea.
It's not my cup of tea, but this is my buddy. So anytime
of course,
they're on the road, I go and support them. But I also tell them, dude, I ain't standing out there with the people. So I get a chair and sit on the side stage while they jam out. Because I don't want to be standing out there with a bunch of sweaty, smelly people.
Nah, then
That's
you start
disgusting.
then you're involved in the moshing, or even if they do that. I don't know if they do that anymore, but
I think they do.
probably.
And well, maybe post-COVID they don't.
Oh, yeah.
Listen,
Well,
there was a time when I was a younger man, I used to fight to get up to the mosh pit. That's what I was looking for. I wanted that action.
I remember waiting in
I was
line.
about that action, boss.
Standing room only, and then once they open the doors, you run to the stage.
Hell
and you want to be in the front.
You
Those
want to
were
be
good
right
old days.
there. And usually there's about 2 rows of people pressed up against the stage.
Yeah.
And right behind that is where the pit happens.
Yep.
And I was all about the pit. Mostly because I liked
you were
I like physical contact.
hidden anger somewhere.
Yeah, man. And every once in a while, especially you go to a good metal show, sometimes the pit turns a little more violent than it should. But again, I was about that action, boss. Like back then, I was.
And
for
back
it.
then, you just put a Band-Aid and went over
Yeah,
there.
whatever. And honestly, you could fight at those shows, and then
no one said anything.
and then you'd fist bump after, and you just go on with your day. There was no hard feelings.
And with no phones around, there's no proof.
Right. And we weren't pulling out guns on each other. No. Just
we were smarter than that.
Throwing these chingazos. That's it.
The guns on your arms.
That's it.
Yep.
Those were the glory days. I bet they don't even fight at Whitechapel concerts.
No, they probably just sit in the chairs like they're
scared,
watching a choir perform.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm all about old people concerts now. I want to have an assigned seat.
Yes.
I don't want anybody to bother me. I don't want people standing in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be left alone. That's it. And I don't
enjoy the show.
I don't want people to hold up their phone in front of me either. I hate that. I hate it.
This generation doesn't understand.
Losers. What a bunch of losers. We already did that segment on Monday, or I'd
Yeah.
do it right now. All right, we'll be right back. We'll wrap up hour number 1 of a Robless Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Friday night, December 27th at 9:30. The Aggies head to Sin City to take on the USC Trojans in the Las Vegas Bowl. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 8:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hear that? The sound of adorable little birds in your garden. And if you were here, you'd taste the 2 sweet but tiny tomatoes you grew all by yourself. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens when you're riding your motorcycle, protected by Progressive, on your way to the store for a pack of normal-sized tomatoes. So if you ride, switch to Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer, without getting your hands dirty. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Are you an oblivious person hogging the sidewalk like a large dying snail? Do people stuck behind you ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should go to Mattress Firm. They have tons of quality beds at every price. So anyone, even...
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
How'd you wake up this morning? You feeling good about yourself? Did you look in the mirror and say, that's the person that I expect to be? If that's you, keep it to yourself and move along. But if you're like the rest of us and not feeling very good about yourself, not looking good and certainly feeling tired, it's time to meet Dr. Jacob Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. I met him when I was nearly 300 pounds and didn't think I was ever going to feel any better than I did that day. 8 years later, I'm down 80 pounds and feel younger than I have in a long time. You deserve that, but you got to take the step. Call Dr. Torres and let him explain to you why he's been so successful, why thousands of people just like you have lost the weight that they needed to lose and kept it off. That's why Dr. Torres is so successful. His website is iffhealth.com. Go there. Take the functional health test. It will open your eyes. If it's time to lose weight, if you have resolved to do it, call Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. Change your life and thank me later.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MOVE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MOVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MOVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
America's Diamond has never sold lab-grown diamonds, and we warned our clients, friends, and neighbors that wholesale prices would crash to almost nothing. 2-carat GVS2 lab-grown diamonds are currently being traded at wholesale for $264, but some jewelers are still selling them online for $3,000 to $4,000. Repeat, wholesale $264, retail $3,000 to $4,000. Some retailers are selling 1-carat lab-grown diamonds for under $300, and others are giving them away for free with purchase. Lab-grown diamonds are very easy to detect with gemological equipment. Tens of millions of carats are produced in huge factories in China and India, using a tremendous amount of subsidized electricity supplied by coal-burning power plants. America's Diamond has only offered traditional, real, natural earth-grown diamonds that are rare, extremely beautiful, and have had real value for centuries. See our television program tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or right now at americasdiamond.com.
San Antonio Sports Stars $50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each Pro Pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The $50K Pro football giveaway. Register and win at sasportstar.com. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Fred says, you guys going to give away Valero Alamo Bowl tickets, or Rob take them all to wear his credentials and wear his bling-bling chains next to Prime, acting like someone?
Yeah.
What's funny is Rob, so the way it works for our station is we have it's obviously because Coach Prime is here, there's a lot of people wanting to show up for this game. And our station got 2 credentials. And Minix instantly claimed one of them. And he's the veteran around here. He's been
here a minute.
Yeah, he's been here like forever. So it's like, okay, and he does, he actually goes and shows up and works those things. So like,
it makes sense for him to have one.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll give him that.
Well, Rob and I talked about it, and he's like, well, how much do you want to go? Is it really important for you to go? And I said, it's a Saturday. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, you're good either way.
I'm good either way, man. Yeah. Like, I'll go, and if I don't go, I'll be just fine watching on TV because I'll have other games on. I'll have beer. I'm not going to have beer at the press box at the Alamo Bowl. And
it's probably a beer you don't like.
Well, I don't think they have beer at the press box, unfortunately. But he said, okay, well, I'm going to go. So Rob signed up for the second Alamo Bowl credential. And I said, all good. Even though you don't show up for work, I think you should go and see Coach Prime and see Travis Hunter and see Shedeur Sanders and,
kinda cool,
have yourself a good time. Well, yesterday, Rob says, I've made a mistake. I've made a huge mistake.
Oh, is that what he was talking about?
Yeah. He's like, my wife has told me we're going to be in Dallas for her family's Christmas on that day.
Oh.
And he's like, my wife would be so pissed off at me if I tell her I'm not going.
She's always mad at him, though.
Well, Rob is, he's...
It's like a daily thing.
He's kind of he makes himself a target, quite frankly.
Yeah,
he does.
He does it to himself. He does.
And having spent some time with Rob and his wife while I was there with my wife, we all hung as couples together.
How did that go?
It wasn't the first time because they came to Vegas. Remember?
That's right.
When we went out there for the fight, Rob brought his wife, and we all went out to dinner together. And that's where Rob was like, she was getting mad at him about ordering the steak.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
She was mad about how much money he was spending.
Why didn't you get the $50 steak?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But as we were hanging out, I can kind of see how she gets pissed off at him because Rob kind of lives in his own world sometimes. And
all the time, actually.
All the time, yeah. And when you're married to someone, I can imagine that being a source of frustration.
They've been together, at least 30 years by now?
Yeah, forever. Yeah. But he's like, yeah, I can't piss her off. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go to the Alamo Bowl then if you want to switch over the credential.
So it'll be you and Minix?
I think so. He hasn't.
Cool. Yeah.
Rob hasn't told me if he got it switched over, but I know that I guess I'm assuming that he's going to because I know for sure he can't go. But no, so Rob will not be on the sidelines wearing his blinged out. He's got all his it looks like Mr. T.
Yeah. He's got a big chain that says RT on it, Rob Thompson.
Yeah. Big
in Aggie colors or something.
I was gonna say he's got a big Reveille, that dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, big massive piece.
That would be him.
No, he will not be there. So I don't know if we've got tickets or not, Fred, but if we do, I'll be glad to give them away. I want, because I'm a man of the people. Like I said, I want as many of you guys to go to that bowl game as want to go to it. So hopefully we get some to give away. I don't know. I'm not the boss of those types of things. All right. When we come back, there's a new head coach in college football. And I didn't see this coming. We'll talk about it next. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding the work with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville, South Texas College Football Headquarters. Wonderful time of the year for fans. Bowl season is no exception. The biggest and best matchups this bowl season are brought to you by Ewald Kubota and the Break Room Bar. Hear them all on South Texas' first and only FM sports station, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by PayPal.
This season, the PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get exclusive cashback offers in the app. And with the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
I don't know what your plans are this weekend, but they better include something hot on the grill because Tri-County Meat Market's got specials waiting on you this week. Head over today. Head over tomorrow, but head over to either one of those locations. Over on Huebner, out on Ralph Fair. Both of them going to be stacked full. You know, this weekend is worthy of something low and slow and hot and fast. I recommend you go get something that you can cook fast. Get a couple of big old steaks or maybe one of those stuffed chicken breasts, put it on the grill. Or maybe do the hors d'oeuvres all the way through the meal. Get some stuffed jalapenos, get some of their fajitas, all the stuff that they've made for you that all you got to do is heat up a grill, charcoal, or gas. It all turns out fantastic. The specials are going to be going on all weekend long. Grab yourself a brisket, Wagyu or not. Let it go all weekend. Have it ready for a Sunday afternoon 3 o'clock game. That's what I'm going to do. You should do the same. And don't forget, walk out the door without that 30 or 5 for 30. You're not doing it right. 5 items, $30. I guarantee you there are 2 meals in this. This is meat, produce, all you need to cook. It's the best deal in San Antonio. Go find out at either location. They say it, and I believe it. A great meal starts with great meat. Head over to Tri-County today. Grab some of that good stuff on a grill. Take a picture of it, by the way. Upload it at SaSportsStar.com. You can get $50 Thursday at 6 o'clock. That's when Joe and Jason judge your meat. That's Tri-County. Head over today. Thank me later.
George gets justice. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, they don't just represent you. They fight for you. When life throws its toughest challenges, George and his team are there to get you the justice you deserve. And here's their promise. You don't pay unless they win your case. With a proven track record of success, they take every case personally. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit GetGeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas, open to the public 7 days a week with a country club feel. It's football season, so book your tee times early at golfclubtexas.com and stick around and watch the games. Make Golf Club of Texas your football headquarters where you can watch every game. They'll even stay open until the end of every NFL game, including Thursday, Sunday, and Monday nights. Get into the Tin Cup Bar at the Golf Club of Texas, Highway 90 at Briggs Ranch Road. Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards scoring courtside seats for your favorite team. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can score courtside seats. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but courtside seats can be astronomical. Maybe if your team plays in a smaller market, you could swing it. Even still, it's unlikely. Maybe 4th row, which are still incredible seats that you'll enjoy greatly. Savings possible. Courtside, long shot. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Progressive cannot guarantee that someone really tall will not sit in front of you at the game, rendering your excellent seats just okay.
Santa's coming to town, and he's stopping at Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma. Stop by this Wednesday, December 18th, and let your 4-legged family member meet Santa and take pictures while you enjoy the cozy, caring boarding facilities. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma, where pets are family.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance.
Listen to this message I received.
First message.
This is Santa Claus.
Hey, I'm calling to give you a heads up. Last Christmas, so many people asked me for a Kinetico water softener, but getting all those Kinetico units in and out of the sleigh, up and down the chimneys, well, it's not so good on my back. So I'm going to forward all those Kinetico wish lists directly to you. Here's Mrs. Claus.
Thanks again for installing our Kinetico. I just love how soft my man's beard is, and my skin feels silky smooth, even here at the North Pole.
So if it's okay with you, I'll handle the toys, you handle the water softeners.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit, and $400 off when you trade in your old water softener.
By the way, the elves just love your jingle.
Call 656 Pure Kinetico.
I'm not a fan of the gluten-free cookies. Bye-bye.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656 Pure Kinetico.
Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line, golf. Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com and tune into the inaugural season beginning January 7th. Keep up, it's golf.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are still working this trouble spot on the northwest side on I-10 eastbound 1604. This wreck is in the left lane. A little bit of stop and go through the area. Even heavier, 35 southbound Tupperwine to Judson Road. That's some ongoing road work that's got the roadway reduced to 1 lane. This is now a 75-minute commute, heavy from Engle. Again, that's 35 southbound Tupperwine to Judson Road. Roadway reduced to 1 lane due to road work. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Milwaukee Bucks won the 2024 NBA Cup last night with a dominant 97-81 victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder. And Giannis was selected MVP. And it's bowl season. Tonight, Western Kentucky and James Madison battle it out in the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl. And Cal takes on UNLV in the LA Bowl. I'm Vic Brown with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 2 of the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm AJ Hoffman. Rob Thompson, MIA today. He took a mental health day. That's what I like to call it. mental health day.
Yeah, this place does drive you crazy.
It can. It can. I should give a birthday shout out to 2 people who definitely won't hear it.
Okay. Who?
Today is my wife's birthday. So happy birthday to my lovely wife. She turns 40 years old today. And I'm
wow, the big 40.
Oh, disgusting, right?
Over
Gross.
the hill.
Were you still able to have sex with your wife after she turned 40?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I can. It's gross. She's so old.
What is it, wrinkly or what? What's
I mean, I
going on?
got to imagine. I haven't seen her since she was 39, so I imagine it's just a disaster now.
Man,
you know,
she's probably got gray hair everywhere
it's
now.
It's probably a nightmare. But also, the other person whose birthday it is, who will never hear it because he's dead, is my old co-host Fred, who is exactly 20 years older than my wife. So he would have been 60 today.
Wow.
But he died. So he, again, does not know that I'm wishing him a happy birthday. He doesn't. I can't imagine that if he is in heaven or hell that he would be listening to our show. What a waste of time, right? Imagine you get to heaven and you're like, what are you going to do with your day in heaven? I don't know. I guess
listen to AJ.
Yeah,
I guess.
listen to some radio. I don't know. I can't imagine that goes through. I know I won't be listening to any radio when I die. No. Even your show, Vic. I won't listen.
You won't listen?
No. Once I'm in heaven, I'm going to forget about you. I'll never think of you again.
You'll forget about everything.
I'll never think of you again. There'll just be milk and honey waiting for me at every turn, and 39-year-old women.
There we go. Or 29. Let's give you an extra 10 years.
Yeah. My wife will be eternally 29 years old.
Man, imagine that.
What a life that would be.
Yeah.
I met my wife when she was 20. So now,
I met mine when she was 18. So
now I've known my wife. My wife and I have been married we've been together for half of her life.
Yeah.
What a poor choice she made along the way. I mean, she really
settled.
Really blew it. I mean, that's a huge, massive, massive mistake. Michael Vick has gotten himself a job as the head coach of Norfolk State's football team. And this is interesting to me because I'm big on redemption. Like I think if you make a mistake in life and you serve your time, then
that's it.
Yeah, come on back. Now I know that he worked for some time. I say worked. I think he might have just been like an intern or something under Andy Reid for a little while. And then I know he was a coaching intern with the Chiefs in 2017 during training camp. After the Chiefs concluded their camp, he became an NFL analyst on Fox. Then in 2018, he got hired as an offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Legends of the now defunct Alliance of American Football. But he said, I didn't think I ever wanted to coach, but talking about the game at Fox, I get excited and I'm out there playing again, but it's still not touching individuals. When the opportunity came about, I feel like I could really make a difference and give back to the game. Once I found out it was in Atlanta, I thought it was a home run. Shortly before the season began, Kevin Coyle announced that Vick would no longer serve as OC, but would still remain with the team as a consultant. So he's never really been a coach, and now he's got this job coaching college football. Interesting. And again, I'm not against it. Hire who you want to hire, but I will say this: I gave a lot of grief every time that someone's tried to hire Art Briles, who got fired for basically greenlighting rape at his university when he was at Baylor.
Right.
I've said, don't hire the guy. Now, the difference would be that Art Briles I don't believe Art Briles paid a real debt to society for what he did. He lost his job, but anybody who does that would lose their job. I thought Art Briles should have gone to prison, but I'm not the justice system, believe it or not. I should be. I should have a lot more say in how justice is doled out in this country, but I'm not. Now, Mike Vick is perhaps fully redeemed, fully rehabilitated. I don't know, but what I do know is that Michael Vick, not ordered and participated not only in dogfighting, but in the killing of loser dogs. He drowned some. He slammed some. He hung some by their necks. He electrocuted some of them to death. Like, this guy did vile, vile things. And
it hurts every time I hear it again, too.
Me too. And I think maybe I'm a softie because I'm I'm
an animal guy, too.
I just love dogs, but so for me it's like it's almost unforgivable. But he did go to prison for it, and
not long enough.
But again, that's not for us to decide,
right? But he did go.
But he at least went to prison. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not like he got away with it like some other people did.
Yeah. Now. I like to hope that he's never going to do something like that again because, I mean, you talk about ruining his career. I don't know how many millions of dollars that could have cost him. And whatever money he was making by dog fighting, it wasn't even close to what he lost out on because he was doing that stupid dog fighting. So it's just a weird thing I don't totally understand. I lived in Louisiana for a time, and there was chicken fighting back then. I don't know. Chicken fighting may still be legal in Louisiana, but at the time, Louisiana was the only state where chicken fighting was legal. I think it's gone now, but it's a wild thing to witness, and I didn't have a good time. I don't like to see it. I don't care about chickens per se, like I care about dogs.
Yeah.
But still
you don't want to see it.
Like you see a chicken with his eyeball hanging out. It's like, why am I watching this?
And then they're still pushing them to fight.
Right. So I can win $20. Like what?
Yeah.
What's the big deal? But now this Mike Vick, and I say this all the time. Coaching football is more, and coaching sports in general is more than just coaching a game. It is, especially when you're at this level. You're talking about coaching these people to become men. And there is something to that. And I saw a quote the other day from I think he's the new head coach at LSU for baseball. And he was talking about how it's more important to him to raise men than it is to create a great baseball team. Because he's like, one day I'm going to stand in front of God and he's going to say, I gave you 60 men to turn, or I gave you 60 boys to turn into men, and all you did was turn them into baseball players. And he's like, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like when you're a college or a high school or even a youth coach, your job is to help these kids grow into men. Am I saying that someone who's made mistakes in their past can't teach and can't grow men? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it would be a concern for me, especially given the fact that Michael Vick has no experience coaching. He has never been a football coach. But at least Trent Dilfer, who I think is a horrific coach at UAB. I think he's one of the worst coaches in college football. At least he coached high school football before this. Now, he was a lunatic and shoving players at high school. So I said, how could they possibly give this guy a bigger job? But they did.
Yeah, it's not the 50s.
But in Mike Vick's case, he never even coached high school ball. Now, he's in an FCS school, so this isn't like big-time football. But it is interesting to me that Mike Vick is getting this opportunity. I'm not sure where it goes. I think what we're gonna see more of this, though.
How long ago was Vick and the dogfighting thing? How long ago was that? Seems like forever.
2007-ish, 2008, like around then.
I was trying to remember. But
mid to late 2000s.
Yeah, it's still unforgivable.
In
my eyes.
To me it is, but
me too.
I am a firm believer in if you serve your penance, you do your time, then you should be allowed back into society. But it's one of those things where I think there's certain job and coach. It sounds weird, but coaches to me it's almost like a youth pastor. Like these kids look up to these guys in a way they have such influence, and especially for guys like this who I'm guessing the kids at Norfolk State all believe that they could be playing D1 FBS football. Like they think that they're good enough to get to the next step. And they're thinking, if Mike Vick tells me what to do, he can get me there. We'll see. But I think we're going to see more and more of this because of the Coach Prime phenomena. It doesn't matter if you can coach. It matters, are you a celebrity and can you get kids to come to school here?
Right. What's the outcome? What outcome can you give?
What's the recruiting? Because I don't know if Mike Vick can draw up a play on a board. I mean, a guy played in the NFL for some time, but I don't know if he knows how to teach football. It doesn't matter. That's not what they're bringing him for. They're bringing him to have kids who say, I'll play. That's Michael Vick.
Yeah.
He's a big star. I can play for him.
Yeah, and Deion turned Colorado around in what, 2 seasons?
He
did.
2
seasons, yeah. One season was what, 1-11, and then
I still don't know if Deion can coach a lick. I really don't. But what I do know is Deion can get some good players because he's Deion Sanders.
Yeah, and he knows how to get through to them.
Yeah. And he convinces guys. What Deion is selling is the same thing Michael Vick's going to be selling. He's selling himself.
Yeah.
Like, you want to be like me? Come play with me. I'll teach you. You want to play in the NFL? You want to be a star? You want to be a Hall of Famer? I can get you there. Now, Mike Vick's not a Hall of Famer, But Mike Vick was on the cover of Madden. Mike Vick is to people of a certain age. Mike Vick is still a huge star, and Mike Vick, remember, was a star much more recently than Deion Sanders was.
Yeah.
So the dude's gonna have some. He's gonna have some influence. I wouldn't have hired the guy, but mostly I wouldn't have hired him because he's never coached. But also because if I am hiring a guy who's never coached, it's not going to be a guy who's got the baggage that Mike Vick has.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So that's the difference between like Deion did his when I say served his time, I don't mean in prison, but Deion went through the.
He coached
he coached kids and like
league and stuff like that. I think.
Which and he worked his way, and he was at Jackson State, which is another FCS. He worked his way up. Michael Vick's not doing that. This is just
he's starting at the top, not the top.
But this is clearly
higher,
this is clearly a move where they're saying, hey, we're trying to get this cheap heat. Let's throw a name out there.
Yeah.
30%
off.
This isn't going to work, man. This is not going to work. Like I said, at least Deion, I still don't know if he's a. In fact, I'll just say I don't think Deion is a good coach, but I think Deion is.
He paid more dues than
Deion,
Michael Vick did, or is going
certainly,
to do. Yeah,
certainly. So, I am not actively cheering for Michael Vick to fail, but I'm not cheering for him either. I'll just say that. Brennan Marion also took a new job, the OC at UNLV, the designer of that go-go offense. He worked at Texas for a little while. In fact, that was like two years ago. He was at Texas working under Sark, and now he has taken the head coaching job at Sacramento State, which Sacramento State is in the running to become part of the Mountain West Conference. So they're trying to move up to FBS. And now I think now this is the opposite. I think this is a fantastic hire for Sacramento State. I have no idea how an FBS school didn't quite frankly, I have no idea how UNLV didn't offer this guy immediately. And maybe they did offer him, but he said no. But I can't imagine UNLV pays less than Sacramento State does. And this is a great hire for Sacramento State. This is above anything they could have hoped for. Brennan Marion's a hell of a coach. He was a great offensive coordinator. Now, I don't know if he's going to be a great head coach. I assume he's going to keep his offense in place. That would be like if I were hiring him, that'd be my rule. You're in charge of the offense still. I don't care what you do. But yeah, so two very different hires for FCS programs who are looking to take that next step up. All right, when we come back, we will get into the new quarterback. Some new coaches in college football, new quarterback in the NFL. We'll talk about that next. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm going to tell you guys about Game Day Men's Health. You want to feel better? You want to have more energy? You want to sleep better? It might be your testosterone, friends. You get to a certain age, you become a man with a 40-year-old wife, and you don't feel quite as virile as you once did. You start feeling, I'm dragging ass a little bit. Well, there's a cure for that. And usually it's a low testosterone issue. That's where Game Day Men's Health comes in, and they know how we feel. They want to make it easy on us. No more dragging yourself to a doctor's office and then to a blood lab and then back to the clinic. You don't need to do that. You just show up at Game Day. First of all, they're at 250 East Bassey Road there in the Quarry Market. You get your T levels checked, free testosterone check on site. They test your blood. You wait. I don't know. You sit in the lobby. You have a snack, and then you wait about 5-10 minutes, and they come out and say, "Hey, we got your results back. Why don't you come and sit here and talk to me?" You go in. You sit down with the licensed provider, and you create a custom plan. You say what works for you. They ask you what's going to be better. Here we go, and then you get your treatment on the spot. Whatever you guys decide, you can get it going right then. You don't have to wait around. And after about a month, you feel like a new man. Vic can attest to this. I can attest to it. It is a game changer, man. You're going to notice the difference. You're going to have more energy, a better mood, a kick in your libido. Don't settle. Be the best version of yourself. Give them a call today, game day, 210-900-3691. That's 210-900-3691. Feel better, be better. It's Game Day Men's Health.
South Texas College Football Headquarters. Time of the year for fans. Bowl season is no exception. The biggest and best matchups this bowl season are brought to you by Ewald Kubota and the Break Room Bar. Hear them all on South Texas' first and only FM sports station, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Oh no, my phone.
Hear that? It's the sound of a skater dropping her phone and smashing it on the ice. Yep, it's definitely broken. But at Verizon, we got you. That's right, now's your last chance to trade in any phone, any condition from one of our top brands and get a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on Unlimited Ultimate and Watch 7 and Tab S9 FE 5G. That's up to $1,900 in value. So you'll save big on 3 great gifts. Only at Verizon. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Up to $1,900 value based on phone, watch, and tablet. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's. That means it's time to save big on your next job. Right now, get your choice of 5-gallon pails of Valspar Signature Ceiling Paint or HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Flat Ceiling Paint for just $148. Plus, get it delivered to your job site with free same-day delivery when you order by 2 p.m. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 12/20. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
When you are just craving something salty and packs a crunch, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds is your crunch time decision. Game day just got a whole lot crunchier thanks to the powerhouse snack, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. We're talking about crispy, golden bites of pure awesomeness. Pork rinds are your MVP snack. And get this, they're low carb and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. Don't settle for ordinary on game day. Grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at H-E-B today.
You've got a Pepto predicament, festive feaster.
Who wants another slice of Grammy's famous pumpkin pie?
I
do not. I think I need to lay down for a minute.
You overdid it on all the family favorites, and now your stomach's throwing a Yuletide tantrum. Undo it with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto Chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can get back to the feast and the festivities.
Who's ready for some games?
When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of
It's showtime. Let's do it. It's fun time. Here we go.
South Texas home of the 12-team college football playoff is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. All of the matchups are brought to you by Ewald Kubota and the Break Room Bar. You like that? Hear every game on South Texas' first and only FM sports station. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
All right. I shouldn't even address this, but I will because I'm a sucker for things like this. James says, the reason Michael Vick is going to work because of haters and doubters like yourself, doubting that a black man can be redeemed after his mistakes and do well. That is the laziest, lowest hanging fruit take ever. Yeah. I don't care if Michael Vick is purple. I started that entire conversation talking about Art Briles and saying what he did is absolutely unforgivable. Vic, is Art Briles a black man? No, he's not. No. That's funny. And then I said Trent Dilfer. I thought that he was a horrific hire.
Yeah.
Is Trent Dilfer a black man?
Nope.
This has nothing to do with black and white.
No.
This, I mean, if when Jeff Saturday got the job coaching the Indianapolis Colts, I said, this is absurd. He's never coached football before, and they just gave him a job coaching the Indianapolis Colts. That's insane. And sure enough, it didn't work out.
Yeah, and look where he is now.
Despite me hating on it and doubting in Jeff Saturday. I'm a big Jeff Saturday doubter and hater because I believe a white man who's never coached football is going to fail as a football coach. I mean, what are we doing? I mean, if this, I don't care what color Mike Vick is. This is more about
me personally. I'll never forgive that. It's just once you hear everything, he paid his dues, but still, I can't.
But what it boils down to for me is, at the end of the day, I wouldn't give him a chance because of what he did in the past. But also, I wouldn't give him a chance because he hasn't earned a chance. This, like we were saying, this isn't like Dion, who kind of worked his way up through the ranks.
Yeah.
Or
it's like he stepped ahead of the line.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes when you're a big star, you can do that. Like Penny Hardaway, though, is another example. Penny Hardaway was like a high-level AAU coach, and then he got the job coaching Memphis, and it's working for him. I believe that these celebrity hires can work, but I think those guys have to do it the right way. They have to work their way up through it. I think just showing up and saying, well, I played basketball, thusly I've got to be good at it. That doesn't work. Remember Isaiah Thomas? It doesn't always work, friends. It doesn't. Isaiah Thomas was a horrific coach. And then he was a horrific front office guy. It didn't matter that he was Isaiah Thomas. It didn't matter that he was a Hall of Famer. But no, I will not sit here and be accused of racism because I don't think Michael Vick is a good coaching hire. That's an absurd take, and that will be the last I address that. I'm above reproach, Vic. Yep. Above it. How dare they? What I want to do is give away some Cavalera tickets. Cavalera.
Yeah, let's see here.
Rock and roll, Hoochie Coo. Yeah, jam out for me, baby. Oh, yeah! Cavalera. What's funny is I'm like screaming and jamming out, and the people on the Brigade Bar don't even hear music. They think I'm a lunatic.
Yeah, they probably have the radio in the background somewhere, I bet.
Yeah, they should listen to their own Cavalera. But let's give away tickets. You got the info on Cavalera's show?
Yeah, let's see.
This is where I like to let you shine, Vic. Tell people.
Okay, the Cavalera win a pair of tickets. The Third World Trilogy Tour. It's on March 26th, 2025 at the Aztec Theater. And you can get tickets at livenation.com if you don't win.
Beautiful. Let's do caller number one. Caller number one. First person to call Vic, you'll win tickets to see Cavalera. And you'll be able to rock out with your jock out at the Aztec Theater.
Nice.
Yes. Keith
I
said,
can't tell if they're cussing or not.
I don't know either. No one knows. No one knows. The world may never know.
The world doesn't know.
Keith says Vic don't need your forgiveness. No, he doesn't. I'm not offering it, and nor should he care what my opinion is. If he thinks he's going to succeed as a coach, then God bless him. Good luck to him. I just think I think it's a bit of a misstep. That's all. I think it's a bit of a misstep. Britton says the horrific things he did to animals was sociopathic. I couldn't trust my kids with him regardless of his coaching or celebrity status. I mean, again, everybody's going to feel differently about this. Like I said, even I'm a little torn because I do believe in second chances and I do believe in forgiveness, especially once you've paid your debt to society, which Mike Vick has paid a debt to society. But I will not forget that he drowned and electrocuted dogs. It's one of those things you don't forget. You know, I don't know if some serial killer could be fully rehabilitated. I'm not letting him out of prison. And if he does get out of prison, I'm certainly not letting him babysit my kids. You know, but what are you going to do? All right. Oh, Chris says, dang it, when we listen on YouTube, we're on a delay. You're right. Now, I won't do caller number 1 anymore because I got to give the YouTubers a chance. That was it. That was a bit of a misstep on my part. And hopefully I've served my debt to society, and I will come back and be better, and it won't happen again. I'll give you guys more of a chance next time. Although yesterday I gave away Cavalera tickets directly to the Brigade Bar. It was a Brigade Bar exclusive giveaway yesterday. There is a new new quarterback in the NFL, Michael Penix Jr. This is surprising to me because I talked to my buddy Carl, who has been the top dog in Atlanta sports radio now for, I guess we're going on 10 years. But Carl and I worked together for a while in Houston, and we were talking about Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons, and because Kirk Cousins sucks. I mean, he's been terrible. When is the switch going to happen? When are we going to see Michael Penix? You draft a guy like Michael Penix, you want to see what you got in him. And Carl said, I don't think we see it this year because the Falcons still believe they are a playoff team. And as long as they have a chance to make the playoffs, I think they're going to ride Kirk Cousins because he's the safer play. And the truth is right now, the Falcons are 7-7. They are one game out of first place. The Bucs are 8-6. But really, they're not that far behind because the Falcons have swept the Bucs this season. So if the Falcons catch the Bucs in the standings, they're the NFC South winner, which makes them the tallest little person. I don't like to say that word because it's offensive. And one thing I know about my audience is there are a lot of little people in my audience. It's historically been the case. But I believe that the Falcons have finally gotten to the point where they had to do something. And this is a bold strategy because if it doesn't work, people are going to say, how could you possibly have paid this dude this amount of money only to sit him down in the last 3 weeks of the season? But quite frankly, Kirk Cousins has been horrific. And there was a time, and against the Cowboys, damn, he looked like he'd figured it out. Against the Bucs, he looked like he'd figured it out. He had won 5 of 6 games. He was coming off a 3-touchdown performance against Dallas, a 4-touchdown performance against Tampa, and then in the last 5 games, he has hit a wall. He has had 1 touchdown and 9 interceptions in the last 5 games. I mean, he's just given the ball away left and right. 11 sacks in the last 5 games. He is not giving them a chance to win football games. He almost lost in the game against the Raiders. So I think they feel the pressure like we've got to make a move now. And if I felt like this were still related to his injury, it'd be different, but I don't. I think the fact that Kirk Cousins, remember there was a game this year in week 4 or 5? Let me see. Week 5. Kirk Cousins threw for 509 yards and 4 touchdowns. 500 yards and 4 touchdowns in a game. And that was week 5 of the season. So the Achilles was clearly not an issue then. There's clearly something else wrong, or else he just didn't have the juice to get through a full season like this. I don't know what Michael Penix is going to do. I don't know if he gives them a better chance to win, but I can't say that I blame the Falcons for doing this. The Falcons play the Giants this week. Yeah, quite frankly, you should be able to beat the Giants no matter who's playing quarterback. Vic Brown should be able to suit up for the Giants, play quarterback, or suit up for the Falcons, play quarterback, and beat the New York Giants at home. That should be a given. Your last 2 games at the Commanders and home Panthers are very, very winnable games, but Michael Penix is going to have to play well. And if Michael Penix wins the last 3 games, then all questions are answered. You've got your quarterback of the future, and now they've got to figure out what to do with Kirk Cousins. But Kirk Cousins kind of pushed their hand here. You can take a quarterback and sit him and let him wait out like Aaron Rodgers did or one of those guys. Patrick Mahomes sat out his whole first year. But they didn't take Michael Penix number 8 overall for him to not play eventually. Even though they signed Kirk Cousins to a 4-year, $180 million deal, you have to give your team the best chance to win. And right now, Kirk Cousins has to be benched. He is that bad. And I don't know if Michael Penix is going to get him to the playoffs, but I don't believe Kirk Cousins could have. I think Kirk Cousins would have lost 2 of the last 3 games, and the Falcons would be sitting at home. Michael Penix may stink. You know, he is coming. He's hardly played. He's a rookie. This is not a guarantee by any stretch that he's going to be an upgrade over Kirk Cousins, but he at least gives you a fighting chance, and I don't think Kirk Cousins did that anymore. Congratulations to Raul is it Santillan?
Santillan, yeah.
Raul Santillan. He is our winner. He's going to see Cavalera.
Yep.
I like saying that word. Cavalera.
I want to say Calaveras all the time.
Well,
I know, just the way it looks.
Yeah, you're not of the people.
Yeah.
And John says Cousins to the Cowboys. That's God.
We'll take anything.
That's the only thing that would make it better. Yeah. That's the only thing that would make this whole season better. The Cowboys should give up a first-round pick for Kirk Cousins. In fact, that would be that's the move.
Yeah.
That is the move. All right. When we come back, we'll hear from Jarrah. Jarrah Jones had plenty to say, and they're coming off the big win over the Panthers. We'll hear from Jarrah coming up next. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to tell you about Karbach Brewing. Ooh, I had some Karbach last night. I had myself a couple hopadillos at the poker table. Yeah, and I think I won all that money because I was drinking hopadillo. Vic, that's why. It was my good luck charm.
Yeah, there you go.
God bless Karbach for that. They gave me the strength. I said, Lord, please deliver me from this bad card play.
And the courage.
And Lord, please give me a nice buzz at the poker table. And he did. He gave both.
Wow.
Yeah, and I like to thank the Lord and Karbach for that. Karbach, something for everybody. Like I said, I had the Hopadillo last night. That's their IPA, the flagship IPA. They also have Love Street, which is their Kolsch-style blonde ale. Their best seller, in fact. It's a really easy drinker, kind of like a great introductory beer into craft. Crawford Bock is the other one you're going to find all over the place. It's a dark beer, but not too dark. It's got a light feel. It's just a Bock style beer, and it's perfect for any occasion. That's my favorite of their everyday drinkers. But either way, you can find Karbach all over San Antonio. That is what I'm guaranteeing you. Of course, you can find it at H-E-B. You can find it in your Specs or your Twin Liquors or wherever you're looking there. But it's also out at a bunch of bars and restaurants. And you may not know that. You may be thinking, oh, well, they're not going to have Karbach. If I go to this particular restaurant, they're probably not going to have that beer. I would suggest that you actually just ask and see. Chances are good they do. Karbach is all over the city, and they are trying to grow their footprint in San Antonio. Priority market for them. They want you to taste their beer because they love the people of San Antonio. So next time you're out at a bar, next time you're out at a restaurant, make sure you ask your bartender, please make it a Karbach.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. This road work on 35 southbound Tupperwine to Judson Road. Man, this backup just keeps on growing. Roadway reduced to one lane. This is now an 85-minute commute. You might want to avoid 35 southbound. That stretch from Tupperwine on down to Judson Road. That backup starts at Solms Road. An accident, I-10 eastbound 1604, taking up a left lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by PayPal.
This season, the PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get exclusive cashback offers in the app. And with the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
If you haven't started celebrating Pixmas, you haven't started celebrating. Start today on Prize Picks because it's Pixmas time, and man, oh man, it's time for a shot at 1,000 times your cash. That's right, you got a shot for 1,000 times your cash. You can win up to 1,000 times your cash. Merry Pixmas! Head over to Prize Picks, use what you know, and win up to 1,000 times your cash. I can't say it enough. That's Prize Picks. Head over today, pick your favorites. Before you know it, you could win up to 1,000 times your money. It's so easy to play. You've been a fantasy player for years. Now put it to use. Prize Picks puts your knowledge to work. Just a couple of clicks away, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. Remember that code Alamo for free money. That's Prize Picks. Head over today, join the millions, download the app, and win up to 1,000 times your money. Easy to do. Download the app today and use the code Alamo. Prize Picks. Run your game. When life changes fast, you need a lawyer who's been there. AJ here for the Hicks Law Firm. Attorney John Hicks offers unique experience as a veteran and first responder to give you a strategic, results-driven approach. Facing divorce, child custody battle, or a complex family dispute, the Hicks Law Firm offers flat-fee representation from beginning to end, so you know exactly what to expect with no surprises. Visit jhickslawfirm.com for a free consultation. That's jhickslawfirm.com, a local law firm with the national resources you need to win. The Hicks Law Firm.
At the Institute for Functional Health, we are dedicated to helping you live life fully, playing with your kids, golfing, and feeling great without relying on pills. We're not about treating symptoms temporarily. We're about extending your health span, the years you live in good health. I'm Dr. Torres, and for over a decade, my team has transformed lives by tackling health issues at the root. Tired of medications without real answers? Take control of your health with us. Call 210-468-1891 for a free Discovery Day consultation or visit iffhealth.com. Improve your health span today.
New deals on last-minute holiday finds just dropped at Lowe's. Save $600 on a Whirlpool fingerprint-resistant stainless steel side-by-side refrigerator. Plus, MyLowe's Rewards members save $50 on an Allen & Roth Brighton pull-down kitchen faucet. Your choice of finishes for $79. Lowe's knows deals. Offers valid 12/12 through 12/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowes.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
America's Diamond has never sold lab-grown diamonds, and we warned our clients, friends, and neighbors that wholesale prices would crash to almost nothing. 2-carat GVS2 lab-grown diamonds are currently being traded at wholesale for $264, but some jewelers are still selling them online for $3,000 to $4,000. Repeat, wholesale $264, retail $3,000 to $4,000. Some retailers are selling 1-carat lab-grown diamonds for under $300, and others are giving them away for free with purchase. Lab-grown diamonds are very easy to detect with gemological equipment. Tens of millions of carats are produced in huge factories in China and India, using a tremendous amount of subsidized electricity supplied by coal-burning power plants. America's Diamond has only offered traditional, real, natural earth-grown diamonds that are rare, extremely beautiful, and have had real value for centuries. See our television program tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or right now at americasdiamond.com.
I hope you woke up this morning, stepped into a Connecticut water softened shower, and attacked the day. That's what I did. I've had a Connecticut for some time now, and people keep asking me, why would I want to change water softeners? Well, I'll tell you why. Connecticut was designed and built in the United States. It is the most efficient water softener in the business. You don't plug it in. There's nothing to break, and the warranty is as good as anything you're going to find. Is that enough? I'll tell you what, how about even more? Our water coming out of our aquifer and our wells, it makes some good sweet tea and some fine beer, but how about the stuff that gets stuck in your pipes? You don't see it till you call a plumber, and then when you see it, it's well too late. Get you a Connecticut. You're not going to have to worry about that. And right now, if you'll call them, you'll get 90 days without any kind of questions at all. They want to prove to you that Connecticut Connecticut's the one. Dial 656-PURE. They'll come out immediately. For all the details, go to ConnecticutSA.com. Get yourself a Connecticut and thank me later.
Ho, ho, ho! Santa is here! Bring your furry family members to Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma this Wednesday, December 18th, to get in the Christmas spirit. Snap adorable photos with Santa, meet our friendly staff, and learn about our top-notch daycare, boarding, and grooming services, and offer discounts for military teachers and first responders because you deserve it. While you're there, find out more about their sister vet center, Town & Country Vet. They've got everything from grooming to acupuncture, urgent care, routine surgeries, and now accepting walk-ins through the holiday season. Santa is waiting at Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma.
Hey, this is Greedy. Join me today at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, Morning Huddle.
Remember we played the knockoff version of this?
Yeah. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's Slick Vick on the ones and twos. I'm AJ. Rob's usually here, but not today.
Yeah, he's missing.
Well, hard times, man. Hard times. He's missing out on all the fun.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're going to talk about, or we're going to hear from Jerry Jones here. Jera, obviously happy about the victory over the weekend. They said, what are your thoughts? What were your takeaways from this huge, massive win as an underdog, mind you, over the Carolina Panthers?
Well, I'll start with the defense. Good place to start.
Yeah.
And Mike Zimmer, really proud of what he's done and they've done, executing and putting in kind of use of our guys that Mike has had in mind. And candidly, I can go through many players, but I like what we're trying to do on defense and like the enthusiasm that we're playing. And, of course, Cooper Rush was a guy that I know we all thought against Cincinnati. We could have gotten a little more out of Cooper. But, boy, is he making a huge difference in terms of really the running game. His before snap calls, his lining up, what he's doing actually has opened that running game up for us.
I think that, first of all, Cooper Rush played really well. Now, it was Carolina. And I still think I think Cooper Rush is a serviceable NFL backup. I know last year he won a few games and everyone was like, oh, this guy's like a top-tier backup. I think he's fine. I don't think he stinks.
Yeah, he's like a 5.
Yeah,
6.
But you know what? If your backup quarterback is like, that's what you're hoping for. Like, you want a guy, your backup quarterback. Well, first of all, if you lose your quarterback for the season, your team is screwed. Okay, the second Dak went down for the season, they were screwed. When you decide who your backup quarterback is going to be, the goal is to find a guy who can get you through 2 or 3 games if a guy's injured for a couple weeks. Right. And if you say, man, we need you to play 3 games. We need you to win at least 1. If you win 2, awesome. Because a quarterback in the NFL is so important that if you lose your guy, the chances that you're going to win it all are slim to none. So you're just saying, I need you for a couple weeks. Just fool them and give us a chance.
Yeah.
And Cooper Rush is a guy who can do that. Now, Cooper Rush isn't a guy who you can plug in week 7 and expect to somehow make the playoffs. That's not going to happen.
And win out the rest of the season. Yeah.
But he's done a fine job, Cooper Rush has. Then they asked Jerry about the because he mentioned in there the run game and how Cooper Rush has kind of opened up the run game, and they asked him about Rico Dowdle, who everybody seems to be talking about right now.
Relative to how we're blocking them different. We're blocking it up different. Our quarterback is really, as I said earlier, really helping our running game by helping identify what we need to do when we get to the line of scrimmage. But we've made, again, like I say, some adjustments. But we've also see the very best of what Rico does the best. He can hit those soft spots, and he hits it violently. But it's a combination of things. And then you've got to be able to Rush really reads quickly. He makes real quick reads out there. And he makes quick reads after the ball is snapped, of course, as well. And those are giving us some plays. I know a lot of people say, well, but I think his accuracy could use some improvement. And, of course, there's always room for improvement in anybody. But a combination of things, not only blocking it up, but of, let's say, giving them the ball. All of those things are making that running game go, not to take anything away from Rico. Rico's issue has been his availability. He's been outstanding. He's got about as much explosiveness when he picks a spot. He's got as much explosiveness as anybody we've seen, and we saw that last year, and we've seen it the year before. We just didn't avail ourselves of it because of some of his availability.
The biggest thing I took away from there was when he said, part of it is we're using him, we're running the ball. First of all, I think everyone knows the reason why Rico wasn't getting the ball early in the season, and it's because Zeke Elliott was there. And I also think everyone knows why Zeke Elliott was there, and I don't think Mike McCarthy was saying, hey, I got to have Zeke Elliott. I don't think that was the case. I think Zeke Elliott was brought in because Jerry likes Zeke. And I think Jerry's now seeing that Zeke is washed and that Rico gives him a chance. But, I mean, Mike McCarthy, who's come on our show, every week, and he says the same thing every week. We'd love to run the football more. They just haven't had a lot of chances to do it because they've been in negative game script. Now, it's a lot easier to stay in positive game script when you're playing the Giants or you're playing the Carolina Panthers, certainly. But they've done a good job of doing that. But even in the Bengals game, where it was kind of a neutral game script throughout, they did a good job of committing to the run. So I have to give them credit where it's due. They did, in my opinion, they have done a better job of being more balanced offensively, especially when you got a backup quarterback. You don't want Cooper Rush throwing the ball 40 times a game. You're never going to win. That's a recipe for losing. If your backup quarterback's throwing 40 times, your team sucks. But I think I do have to give McCarthy some credit for committing to running the football. And I think, again, having Zeke kind of out of the way. Zeke still comes on the field on third downs. If Rico could play on third down, he'd be. I think the Cowboys would probably be happy that they've got their running back. I just don't. I think they're still going to be in the market for a running back because Rico's not he can't be on the field on third down. He's a poor pass protector. Then Jerry talked about the coaches, talked about Mike Zimmer, and talked about Mike McCarthy and the jobs that they've done this season.
Well, in a way, I do, and especially after the last ball games. And but I think you're seeing the best of Mike Zimmer, and maybe I shouldn't say that. You're beginning to see some of the best, but maybe the best is still ahead of us. But he's been real impressive now, putting that defense together with the attrition that we've had with availability with our players. So I give him that. Mike, I don't know how you cannot say that his team has shown that they'll handle adversity, and he can get you there with the injury situation impacting the availability of those players. I hate to keep repeating that, but it's so obvious. And yet have that team playing at the level it's playing. So, I give them both high grades this year.
I got news. Mike McCarthy's back next season. I think at this point he's kind of this is going to happen. It's like
inevitable at this point.
Yeah, and he probably feels like, well, listen, I can get a discount on Mike McCarthy. I know him. I don't have to break in somebody new. He's gonna give Mike McCarthy an extension of some sort.
Yeah.
Dang it. I don't hate it. Listen, because like I said, I don't think the Cowboys are going to get a better coach than Mike McCarthy. I always said there's no way Bill Belichick was going to come work with Jerry Jones. It was never going to happen. I think he and Mike Vrabel would be disastrous together. Now, there are guys out there who I think are I'd rather have than Mike McCarthy. Not that are better coaches, but I feel have more upside than Mike McCarthy. But it's the safe play. And I think Jerry is going to he keeps thinking back to, I pulled the trigger too early and on Wade Phillips. And I think he's more likely to extend the leash than anything, and which he did with Jason Garrett. I mean, Jason Garrett was he kept getting extended when he was winning 5 games a year. Mike McCarthy's been generally a winner here, and this season certainly isn't what anybody hoped it would be, anybody in the Cowboys building, but this isn't this hasn't been the worst season ever. All right, let's hit a break because we're at the top of the hour. I got a couple more clips from Jared, and then we're going to get into some NBA stuff. We're only halfway there. Whoa.
Yeah.
Living on a prayer. Got a whole nother 2 hours of show to come on a hump day. We'll do that next. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jim Rome. Have a take, don't suck on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. KTFM Floresville.
South Texas College football head. Wonderful time of the year for fans. Bowl season is no exception. The biggest and best matchups this bowl season are brought to you by Ewald Kubota and the Break Room Bar. Hear them all on South Texas' first and only FM sports station, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Don't Mess with Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation. As you travel on Texas highways this holiday season, remember that Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter. So stay off Santa's naughty list and deck the halls, not our roadways. Don't mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. I think everyone knows that driving while using a cell phone, texting, posting videos is dangerous. Study after study shows that use of a cell phone like this is the same or worse than driving under the influence. Yet, many people insist on using their cell phones while driving. I've had many cases where my client was injured by one of these people because they chose to use their cell phone. Who are these people? You and I have both seen them, probably today. Men, women, old, young, minivan drivers, truck drivers, 18-wheeler drivers. I know this. The same person that chooses to use their cell phone while driving is the same person who will lie about it later just to avoid taking responsibility. If you choose to use a cell phone while driving and hurt someone, you'd better hope they don't call me. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, call me. Jason Thompson, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve awesome tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
When there's work to do, ground to break, and a reputation to uphold, you need the powerful, durable Kubota RTVX, North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months or save up to $1,000. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Oh no, my phone.
Hear that? It's the sound of a skater dropping her phone and smashing it on the ice. Yep, it's definitely broken.
But at Verizon, we got you. That's right. Now's your last chance to trade in any phone, any condition from one of our top brands and get a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on Unlimited Ultimate and Watch 7 and Tab S9 FE 5G. That's up to $1,900 in value. So you'll save big on 3 great gifts. Only at Verizon. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Up to $1,900 value based on phone, watch, and tablet. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
JCPenney's Super Saturday sale has last-minute gifts and bigger savings for everyone. This weekend through Christmas Day, wrap up your list with our biggest doorbusters. Grab men's dress shirts and pants, now buy one, get one free, in-store only. Scoop up the coziest sweaters starting at $12.99 and get warm Sherpa throws for $14.99 each. Dash away with all the right gifts, all the right prices, all in the nick of time. JCPenney, make it count. Offers valid 12/20 through 12/25. Exclusions apply. See store at jcp.com for details.
Santa's coming to town and he's stopping at Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma. Stop by this Wednesday, December 18th, and let your 4-legged family member meet Santa and take pictures while you enjoy the cozy, caring boarding facilities. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma, where pets are family.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like a new trouble spot on 35 northbound at FM 3009. Got a wreck in the Shirts area. Left lane blocked. A 30-minute delay. That backup starts at 1604. And then this road work on 35 southbound Tupperwine to Judson Road. Over 90 minutes. Avoid it if you can. Roadway reduced to 1 lane. And that backup starts at Solms Road. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The Milwaukee Bucks won the 2024 NBA Cup last night with a dominant 97-81 victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder. And Giannis was selected MVP. And it's bowl season. Tonight, Western Kentucky and James Madison battle it out in the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl. And Cal takes on UNLV in the LA Bowl. I'm Vic Brown with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 3 of the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We've been hearing from Jared Jones, his weekly discussion on the Fan up there in Dallas. He won't talk to us. He's too busy to talk to us.
Yeah.
You know, whatever, man. Whatever, bro. But I did want to play. I got 2 more clips I wanted to play because Stephen Jones does talk to us down here. At least talks to the Blitz. And Stephen had talked about being frugal with their money this offseason. And Jera addressed Stephen's comments on that.
Anybody that is paying the premium price for the quarterback has got some tightness and some frugality involved in their salary cap, period. That's the system. And can that be done and successfully and really done in a way that gives you every bit the chance to go to the Super Bowl that others have? Absolutely, it can be.
And he's right. I say this all the time, that once you are paying your quarterback premium money, everything gets more difficult. When you're paying other positions premium money, it just makes it even harder. The Cowboys have the highest paid they've got the highest paid quarterback and the highest non-paid quarterback in the world. They are probably this offseason, the Micah Parsons, if they sign him, will probably be signed to the highest paid defensive player in the world. The Cowboys, and so when you have those kind of guys, you have these mega contracts, it's not even about being frugal because you can't. You can't find free agents like that are going to really supplement. You have to win in the draft. And Rob and I talked a lot about this yesterday, the success and lack of success, the roller coaster of Cowboys drafting. And particularly the Cowboys have to get better in the middle. They have to get better on the lines. They have to get better defensive front, offensive line. They've been dreadful this year. And I know you just used a first-round pick on an offensive lineman last year. He ain't that good. He might be better, but you got to already start preparing for the fact that he might suck. 2 years ago, you used your first-round pick on a defensive lineman. We're 2 years in, and Mozzie can't play. I don't think that's changing. You have to address those things, and you have to do it cheaply. And off tackle and defensive front, those are not cheap places to find. You don't find cheap players there. You have to groom and hit those. Otherwise, you're going to pay big premium money for great players. But you have to be able to hit those things in the draft, and that's where the Cowboys are behind the eight ball right now. Finally, they asked Jerry about Steven's comments on Micah Parsons' future with the Cowboys.
He did not in any way say that Micah Parsons was at issue looking ahead at the future at all. He did not say that. And by the way, I didn't hear what he said, or I have not read what he said, but I know he didn't say that because that's never been uttered in this organization, that we don't have a future with Michael Parsons.
Yeah, I'm with Jerry on this. I still think Jerry, in his mind, thinks he's going to find a way to make it work with Micah Parsons. And I also think that Jerry, if they can't make it work with Micah Parsons, is going to franchise Micah Parsons after next year. But I think this is very much going to be a standoff, because especially after you made these two mega deals this last offseason, or right up, I mean, hell, Dak got paid on game day, basically. I think Jerry's going to be hesitant to open up the checkbook again and make another massive deal. And I don't think Micah should settle for anything less than a massive deal, because he's warranted. He's warranted a massive deal much more than Dak warranted a massive deal. So I think he should stick to his guns. But Micah's also said, "I'm a Cowboy for life." Like he seems like he's willing to make it work, and good for him, and good for Cowboy fan. All right, that's enough of our guy Jura. The state of the NBA they're in a fascinating place right now, because normally you hear commissioners only say good things. The state of the league it's awesome. It's getting better every year. But they asked Adam Silver on Tuesday night about what's going on right now, and particularly with how there are people, and myself included in this, I didn't know there was such a mass movement of it, but there is clearly a mass movement of people who are saying they don't like the way the NBA is played right now. They don't like that the NBA is turning into essentially a three-point shooting contest.
Right?
I don't like it. It's boring. I don't think it's fun to watch. But he said that the criticisms of offense is becoming cookie cutter, and that teams are copying each other is something he thinks the league has to take very seriously. The answer is yes. We're having many discussions about the style of basketball being played. I would not reduce it to a so-called three-point shooting issue. I think we look more holistically at the skill level on the floor, the diversity of offense, the fan reception to the game, all the above. I think the game is in a great place. I love watching the games, and I think we have some of the most skilled athletes in the world competing, and it's unfair, I think, to the players to lump them into categories as three-point shooters or a mid-range shooter or a big man playing under the basket. It's an amazing game. Having said that, we're constantly having discussions about whether there are ways to improve stylistically the game on the floor. I hope they do. Now, in the past, they've moved the three-point line back. I would love to see that done again. I do believe that's a little bit tough. And Adam Silver said, historically, we've moved that three-point line. I don't think that's a solution here because then I think when we look at both the game and the data, I think that may not necessarily do more mid-range jumpers if that's what people want, but more clogging under the basket. Whether there's some tweaks we should make, and my sense is I do think we should take seriously this notion of more diversity in offense. I watch as many games as all of you do. I'm guessing Adam Silver watches more games than any of us. And to the extent that it's not so much a three-point issue, but that some of the audience, some of the offenses start to look like cookie cutter, and teams are copying each other. And I think that's something we should pay attention to. I agree. Everybody likes this threes and layups and threes. I hate it. It's so boring to me. I get that it's effective. I mean, the rules are the rules.
When was the last time a backboard had been broken?
Oh, that doesn't happen anymore. Come on.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
That doesn't happen anymore. Well, the big men in this league today are more like Wemby and less like Shaq.
Right.
You know, that's just a massive change. He also said that the NBA Cup might not stay in Las Vegas permanently. There's been talk about moving the games, at least the semifinal games, to home courts, but then it becomes an issue with the arenas because arenas, once the NBA locks in their schedule, these arenas sell out the rest of their dates for concerts or whatever. And if there's a concert happening let's say in Milwaukee, the night that they were supposed to play their semifinal game, then that can't happen now. That's why Vegas is such a good place for them because they can book that arena in advance. It's an easy place for fans to get to. Vegas really is the best place to have any kind of neutral. I mean, it's everybody can get an easy flight to Vegas. Everybody in the country can get you might have to stop once, but it's an easy flight to Vegas. And typically flights to Vegas are cheaper than flights
anywhere else
to the rest of the U.S. And they're more equipped to host these big events than any other city in the country. They really are. That's what they are built for, is they are built for events. And if this is an event, I think it should stay in Vegas. I think that's the best move. But they say part of it is we have a new television partner in Amazon who's going to be covering the knockout rounds. There's been some interest expressed by teams in playing in the home markets. It's complicated enough scheduling on a neutral site. I think I'm not against it. I think the question is, if we want to seriously consider that, how would that work from a scheduling standpoint? And when you build a tradition, you have a lot of fans here who can circle the dates on their calendar and plan to come to Vegas, plan a holiday around it. I think that the teams are on both sides. And I think that's the other thing. If you're going to take a road trip, who doesn't want to go to Vegas? Like, if you're going to watch your team play somewhere, like, would you want to go to, I don't know, would you want to go to Vegas or would you want to go to L.A. or New York? I think everybody, like most fans, say, I want to go to Vegas. First of all, it's cheaper than those other places. It's cheaper to have a good time. But also, it's you can do more than just watch the game. You know what I mean? There's plenty to do if you're looking to get away for a minute. All right. The other thing is, in the NBA, we are getting close to trade time. And we are starting to see the names pop up. The very top of the board is Jim Butler. Jimmy Butler seems to be the biggest name on the trade market. He is the big fish. The Heat they're open to hearing offers on Butler, but apparently Butler's only interested in a handful of places. Dallas, Houston, Golden State, and Phoenix. Now, Butler's agent has come out and said that's not true. We're not looking that's not the only places we're willing to go. That's not Jimmy Butler's not even really we don't know if he's open to being traded. He's got a player option this summer. He'd get $52 million. Miami's a mid-pack team, but Miami's doesn't matter where they're in the play. If they're in the playoffs, they're a danger to get to the finals. I heard someone last night, I was talking to someone at the poker table who was like, he wanted to see the Spurs go after Jimmy Butler. I said, that doesn't make sense. They're not on the same timeline. I don't see a lot of these teams as a fit. I don't see Dallas as a fit. I don't see Golden State as a fit. And quite frankly, I don't see Phoenix as a fit unless Miami's willing to take back Bradley Beal. And I can't imagine Miami wants to take that contract. You're not winning with that. That's a bad deal for Miami. So I really think that you're kind of if that's true about Jimmy Butler, those are the only places he wants to go. I think they are very, very limited in their options because a lot of these teams, first of all, like the Warriors, the Mavericks, they're not going to take on that money. I don't think the Suns will either. I think the Rockets are interesting because the Rockets have a young core and adding a veteran. And I think the Rockets are ahead of schedule. They're better than anybody thought they were, and they think if we can add a veteran piece, maybe we've got something here. But I think Jimmy Butler, if he really wants to be traded, and I don't know if he does, he's got to open up his options some. I know he's a Texas kid, and Houston and Dallas are appealing to him, but I just think of those four teams he gave out, Houston's the only one who really makes sense. Elsewhere, the other guys who are at the top of list, Zach LaVine of the Bulls, Cam Johnson of the Nets, Brandon Ingram of the Pelicans, DeAndre Hunter, and Bogdan Bogdanovic of the Hawks. I wish the Hawks would sell all those guys and just tank and get real bad. Colin Sexton, Robert Williams in Portland, the Time Lord, and Dorian Finney-Smith, Dennis Schroeder in Brooklyn. I don't know. First of all, from a Spurs standpoint, I don't know that the Spurs are looking to add anything. Quite frankly, I don't think they should because the Spurs aren't winning this year. The Spurs are clearly improved. It's awesome seeing the improvements from last year. But the Spurs aren't winning anything this year. They're not going to make a playoff. I mean, they might make the playoff. I think they're more likely as they make the play-in. But I don't think this is a team that's got any real chance of making a deep playoff run this year. And if you don't have a chance to make a deep playoff run, don't give up assets for overpriced players. That doesn't make sense. If anything, the Spurs should be looking to sell some players. They should be considering moving Keldon Johnson. They should be considering, and I hate to say this because I loved what he's brought so far, they should consider moving Harrison Barnes and Chris Paul. But adding at this point doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I don't know where, unless they can. The one thing that I would love to see them add, and Robert Williams fits this mold, is a big man who does big man things. A guy who is a nasty defender, a good rebounder, a big body who wants to play a big man's game. And that's what Robert Williams does. I'd be interested in that if you can get him on the cheap. He's had some injury concerns, but I still think he could help this Spurs team for the long haul, especially because having another defensive-minded player on the floor, I think, is fantastic for this team, particularly, like I said, in the paint, where as great as Wemby is, he doesn't really love playing around the basket. And this is a guy who wouldn't leave the basket. So we'll see as the trade deadline gets closer. We'll see how many of these guys are willing to move. But it does seem like the discussion is in full effect. The trade deadline itself is now February 6th. But trade season is underway now. We are halfway through December. We've now got about 6-7 weeks. And this is the time when deals start to get made. So we'll see who's wheeling, who's dealing, what the Spurs are doing. I think the Spurs more likely to be sellers than buyers. All right. When we come back, I want to talk about SEC basketball. As I was watching some hoops last night when I was playing cards, I had my eye on a couple games. One of them was the Florida game. The other one was the Auburn game. The SEC is just different. It's all the talk about, we'll get to it next. We'll talk about SEC hoops and why they are where they are. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Make holiday magic this year with something beautiful and timeless from Diamonds Direct. At Diamonds Direct, we have hundreds of styles that are ready to be wrapped and put under the tree. No need to wait for shipping. For some fabulous ideas before you head to the store, see the online seasonal gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. We've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
How you feeling today? I hope there is nothing that is paining you and keeping you out of life. But most people, we deal with a little bit of pain. That you can put aside and go back in, that's one thing. But if you've got pain that is keeping you out of the things you want to do, I want you to call Arasti today. Because not only can they get you out of pain fast, they accept most insurances, but they're going to do it in a way that you might not be accustomed to. It's not about pills or medications to dull the pain, not about surgery to prolong the problem. I'm talking about your body fixing itself. It has worked remarkably well for me. Whether you're dealing with lower back issues, sprains or strains, soft tissue injuries, frozen shoulders, backs, tension, headaches, and everything in between, let Arasti get it fixed. And they do it fast. They're all around San Antonio, new providers all the time. Find them at Arasti.com. I bet there's a provider less than 10 minutes where you are right now. Call them at 1-800-404-6050. Go to their website to get your appointment, but go and thank me later.
Ho, ho, ho! Is your furry family member ready to meet Santa? We'll bring them to Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma this Wednesday, December 18th for Pictures with Santa. While you're there, meet the caring team and learn more about the amazing services, daycare, boarding, and grooming, all designed with your pet's health and happiness in mind. And guess what? Military, teachers, and first responders enjoy exclusive discounts as a thank you. Don't miss this chance to celebrate the season with your four-legged friends. Santa is waiting at Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its head-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing victims of negligent drivers. When it comes to insurance companies, I hate to state the obvious, but as consumers of insurance products, we as Texans have never had fewer rights than we do right now. Over the past 20 years, our rights as Texas insurance consumers have diminished every year. The insurance lobbyist over that 20 years has been very, very successful. The result? If you're on your own, you have no chance of a fair recovery without an experienced attorney. I was licensed to practice in 1994. Over the past 32 years, I have seen the insurance company's playbook develop. Delay, deny, depose. It's not just crime scene evidence. It's a very real approach most every insurance company takes in responding to the claims of traffic accident victims. Hire someone who knows the game. Hire somebody who wins. Hire me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or my website, alawyerforus.com.
Welcome to Staples.
Help! My family's in for the holidays and I need gift ideas.
That's why we're here. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need. Photo gifts, laptops, and gaming systems. Even custom holiday cards and shipping solutions to send gifts to the family that can't make it.
Perfect! Have anything for Uncle Frank? I love him, but the guy is never quiet.
Noise-canceling headphones. for you.
You get it.
Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples. And right now at Staples, save up to $350 on select computers. Ends 12/28, in-store only.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we are live out at Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit. Santa's going to be there.
Pictures with Santa and your pup. Will also talk with the dog, Bob Ballou, from KI Television about the Longhorns playoff game this week.
And RJ Ochoa will join us at 4:30 to talk those Dallas Cowboys.
Live from Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit Doggy Daycare, The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Alrighty. Rolling through, baby. Rolling through. What a show we've had. Who needs Rob anyway?
Yeah.
What do you think, Vic? You want to just
Yeah.
You want to just when we have the big meeting today with Dax, you want to just tell Rob to beat it? Like say we don't need you anymore.
Now we'll use Rob for the last hour.
Rob can be a guest.
There we go. Via the what is it?
The Buyer's Barricade guest line.
Yeah, there you go.
Your time has come, Rob. Listen, man, it's been real. You had a good run, but attendance is part of the grade, as they say. The best ability is availability, and he's just, we just can't count on Rob anymore to show up for work, and it's unfortunate. But it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Man, SEC hoops. These guys are on to something, baby. I got news. Anybody who thinks that, and I get it. The talk was the Big 12 was Big 12 is the new basketball mega conference. The Big 12 is very good. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The Big 12 is very good, but the SEC is the king in the castle. This is by far the best conference in college basketball. We saw Florida get a win last night over North Carolina. North Carolina, valiant comeback, and actually took a lead before they lost. Ended up, and I mean, this was, I don't want to say it was a home game because it wasn't in the Dean Dome, but it was in Charlotte, North Carolina. The crowd was heavily against Florida. It didn't matter. Florida got up to a big lead, blew the whole thing, fell behind, and then came back and won anyway. This is at the Jumpman Classic, the Jumpman Invitational, it's called. They win 90-84. I have gotten to the point where what I don't do is bet against SEC teams when they're playing out of conference games. There's just I'm not finding value in it. Yesterday, I had a bet on Auburn, and I had kind of just given up on the idea that it was a winner. And sometimes you do that. You see the way a game is going, and you go, well, it ain't my day. It ain't my day. And I laid 38.5 points with Auburn. I mean, this was a game that was like a 10-point game at halftime, and I'm laying 38.5. Normally, you go, well, that's not going to work out. And it was Auburn against Georgia State. Typically, Auburn has done nothing but crush these these lower-level teams when they come into the jungle there in Auburn. And I said, well, maybe I credit where it's due. These guys showed up and they balled out, and you got to tip your hat to them. Well, the game was 58-87, and that's 29 points, but that's nowhere near 38.5, especially when you think it was 58-87 with 2 minutes to go in the game. Well, what did Auburn do for the rest of the game? They allowed 0 points from Georgia State. They scored 13 points, and they get a 100-59 win. They covered the number. And that was after John Broome, who's not only the best player on Auburn's team, probably the best player, at least in the discussion for best player in the country, left with a shoulder injury. It didn't matter. The SEC is just on a different level. It just means more, as they say. The current polls agree. Number 1, Tennessee. Number 2, Auburn. Number 4, Kentucky. Number 6, Alabama. Number 7, Florida. That is 5 of the top 7 teams in the country from the SEC. And that doesn't even get Texas A&M, 12. Oklahoma, 14. Ole Miss, 17. And receiving votes, the first 3 teams receiving votes, so 26, 27, 28, Mississippi State, Arkansas, Missouri. They're just on a different plane than everyone else is right now. And I don't see the gap getting any smaller. The Big 12's fine, but guess what? The Big 12's got Iowa State at 3, Kansas at 8, and then you get all the way down to Houston at 15. This is the Big 10, same way. The highest ranked Big 10 team in the country is Oregon at number 10. And then they've got Purdue at 16, UCLA at 18, Michigan State at 20, Michigan at 24. So that means there are 5 teams ranked in the SEC ranked ahead of the highest ranked team in the Big 10. The ACC, Duke is at 5. And Clemson's now 25. The ACC's got 2 teams in the top 25. The ACC used to be the premier conference in college basketball. It's just not the case anymore. The SEC is where it's at. This is the new standard. And I know people were mad at me during the football playoff announcements when I was saying that the SEC should get all these bids because they're a better conference. They just are. I don't have any loyalty to any of these SEC programs. I just know they're better. If you are a wagering man, there are 2 SEC teams in action tonight in the top 25. Let me see if I can pull up all the SEC games. There's 3 overall. Villanova's a 28.5-point favorite against the Citadel. Villanova. Vanderbilt is a 28.5-point favorite against the Citadel. Vanderbilt's 9-1. They're 5-0 at home. I'm not betting on the Citadel. There's no way. 28.5 points is a massive number for a Vanderbilt team that's not uber talented. It's Vanderbilt or nothing for me. Alabama, this is a weird game. Alabama's at North Dakota, taking their show on the road to face a North Dakota team that's 3-1 at home. They've only lost 1 at home. Alabama's a 25.5-point road favorite. Now, normally, you're telling me I'm getting 25.5 at home. I instantly am looking for the home team. I couldn't bet North Dakota with your money, Vic. There's no way. I'm not doing it. And finally, Oklahoma's against Michigan. They're in that Jumpman Invitational as well. Unbeaten Oklahoma, 10-0. They're catching 3.5 points against Michigan on a neutral. There is. I'm not saying it's a lock, but I'm not betting on Michigan. Michigan's solid, but Michigan favored by 3.5 over an unbeaten SEC team on a neutral floor, not at home, on a neutral floor. It just doesn't add up to me. This is so far and away the best conference. There's not even like a real discussion to be had about. Like, I get the discussions about who's second best, whether it's the Big 12 or the Big East or the ACC. I don't know, but I'm telling you right now, there's only one elite college basketball conference, and it's the SEC. As good as Houston can be, as good as Iowa State and Kansas can be, they're not there. They're not on this level. I don't know how they're doing it. I guess a lot of it is NIL, and a lot of it is the money that their football programs generate, that they're able to kind of dominate this NIL era. But I think it's just the part of the country that kids want to live in. You know, if you give an 18-year-old kid the option of living in Florida or Texas or, someplace, Louisiana, someplace warm all year, or you say, well, you could also live in Madison, Wisconsin, or College Park, Maryland. I just spent some time in D.C. I ain't trying to live in D.C. if I'm a kid. No way. Too damn cold. Especially during basketball season. No thanks. I don't want to deal with that. But the SEC right now is just an absolute monster. Last night, Tennessee, 84-36 winner. 84-36. Auburn, 100-59. Florida, 90-84. Ole Miss, 74-61. Mississippi State, 83-59. Missouri, 83-72. LSU, 99-53. You know how many points Stetson, who played LSU, how many points they scored in the first half of that game? In a 20-minute half of college basketball, Stetson scored 10 points.
10?
It was 47-10 at halftime. 4-7-1-0. And then I said this yesterday, Clemson was against South Carolina. There's no doubt in my mind Clemson is a more talented team than South Carolina. South Carolina, I think, is one of the worst teams in the SEC. Clemson's ranked. South Carolina wins 91-88 in overtime over 25th ranked Clemson. I refuse right now to lay hard-earned money down on the table and say, hey, I want to bet against this SEC team. I am fascinated by what this conference is. And I think it goes back to the SEC-ACC challenge where it was like 12-2. I mean, the SEC absolutely obliterated them. That's when I was like, whoa, 12-2, this is a different level. I think we're gonna see a lot of this, man. This is until conference basketball starts. Conference basketball in the SEC is going to be freaking phenomenal this year. I still believe Auburn's the best team in the country. I think Tennessee's in the conversation. I think Kentucky's, by the end of the year especially, is going to be in that conversation. It's just a different level. Like in Florida, I mean, they're unbeaten. I have to give them credit, too. Good win last night against North Carolina. All right, when we come back, we will talk to Dr. Jason Garrett of Veracity and get some updates on the injuries in sports. Pardon me. You know what always happens to me, Vic?
What?
I always get the hiccups right before I'm about to have to do a live read.
Why is that?
It's because I've been drinking coffee. I've been putting this poison in my body.
But you're awake.
Normally, I just drink this water.
Yeah.
My good old.
Is that the exploding one or no?
No, this is just regular old. There's nothing that can explode here, I don't think.
Oh, okay. No, I heard something. Is that a Stanley?
Yeah. Are they exploding?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know how, but.
I mean, if you put them in the microwave, it'll probably explode.
Yeah, maybe, but.
I'm a basic bitch. I'm a.
Oh, you got just the basic Stanley.
Yeah, I'm a basic bitch. Basic bitches like Stanleys. Every girl's carrying around a Stanley.
Yeah.
You go to the gym, you got to have your Stanley.
Yeah, with the big straw.
I'm a basic now. Except mine's gigantic.
Yeah,
I have to
half a gallon in there.
I have to leave it here because I can't fit it in my cup holder in my car. So it just rolls around. Sense. So I just leave it here at the office, and then I take it home on the weekend and wash it and come back and fill it back up with the water here because it's too big to carry around because I'm super basic. All right. When we come back, we will talk to Dr. Jason Garrett. I got to tell you guys about SA Card House. I was there last night. I don't know, walked out with about $1,300. I'd say it's a good day. Good day. And I'm telling you, I play out there all the time. And for our fine listeners, I am telling you now, you go out there on a night that I'm playing. I'll let you know when I do the live reads. I'm not going to be there tonight because I got to get some sleep. I was out way too late last night. But when I'm playing, I'm going to tell you on the air, I'm playing at SA Card House tonight. And if you show up at SA Card House and you knock me out of the tournament, you get your entry fee back. Just like that. It's a free roll for you. All you got to do is knock me out of the tournament, send me home, send me packing, and you're going to get your entry fee refunded. You're playing for free at that point. You can't beat that. SA Card House is the premier card house in San Antonio. They're at 281 in Bitters. The food there is fantastic. They've got a fantastic bar as well. They've got Weller, Buffalo Trace. They got all my favorite booze in there, which that's what I like to. I like to sip on some whiskey when I'm playing poker. I don't know about you, Vic. I like to have a nice whiskey when I'm playing cards. And the people there are friendly, man. Good people, good dealers, just a good vibe overall. I was out in Vegas for a long time, and when you go play in Vegas, first of all, it's a bunch of tourists, but secondly, the dealers are all bitter and beat up, and just it's not fun. The casinos are usually filthy. Not the case at SA Card House. It's a clean, just a great environment to play cards in. They've got tournaments every single day. Check their social, their Instagram for details on what's going on at SA Card House. Or if you want to play cash game, they got cash games running 24/7. Get in there, get down on some of that food. You don't have to be a member to get some of the food there, but get in there, play some cards. I will see you on the tables very soon.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We can now add an accident to all that road work on 35, northbound 35 at FM 3009. This wreck is in the left lane. 35-minute delay, slow from 1604. And, of course, that ongoing road work, 35 southbound Tupperwine to Judson Road. Roadway reduced to one lane. A massive delay over 90 minutes, so just avoid it if at all possible. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20. The Cowboys take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home.
Let's dominate today. I like this kind of party.
Pre-game starts at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is all cooking. You asked for it, you got it. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by PayPal.
This season, the PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get exclusive cashback offers in the app. And with the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
Oh, Christmas leaks, oh, Christmas leaks. You make our carpet squishy.
Here at Quartermoon Plumbing, we know all your Christmas wants, like the popular leaky faucet, the overflowing toilet, or the trendy clogged sewer line. No matter what list you're on, naughty or nice, Quartermoon Plumbing will answer your call fast and fix your emergency quickly so you can get back to your Coco and Carolyn.
651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Transform your water with Connecticut. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. Offer ends soon.
Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
Santa's coming to town and he's stopping at Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma. Stop by this Wednesday, December 18th, and let your four-legged family member meet Santa and take pictures while you enjoy the cozy, caring boarding facilities. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma, where pets are family.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards scoring courtside seats for your favorite team. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can score courtside seats. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but courtside seats can be astronomical. Maybe if your team plays in a smaller market, you could swing it. Even still, it's unlikely. Maybe fourth row, which are still incredible seats that you'll enjoy greatly. Savings possible. Courtside, long shot. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Progressive cannot guarantee that someone really tall will not sit in front of you at the game, rendering your excellent seats just okay.
You've got a Pepto predicament, festive feaster.
Who wants another slice of Grammy's famous pumpkin pie?
I do.
I
do not. I think I need to lay down for a minute. You overdid it on all the family favorites, and now your stomach's throwing a Yuletide tantrum. Undo it with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto-Chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can get back to the feast and the festivities.
Who's ready for some games?
When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
'Tis the season to drive a tractor. Everyone wants to see orange under the tree. It's also winter service time. Ewald Kubota is offering special savings on service, and they have field service. Give them a call anytime to schedule or go online. But the time of season tells us we want a Kubota in our stocking. Whether you're a little boy all the way to a grown-up, whether you're a young tyke or a full-on driver, Ewald's got the big kid toys for the whole family. They've got discounts on toys, great savings on tractors in both big and small, subcompact M-Series, huge discounts. I'll tell you what, financing and special Ewald discounts can be found at all of the 11 locations. And Ewald is a family business. They know what we're looking for. They do everything everything from selling the tractors, RTVs, mowers, to parts and service and everything in between. So if you've been shopping, try to decide this is the difference. They've been here for 75 years, and they're even expanding. Big news coming. Ewald's been taking care of the hill country to the Gulf of Mexico, and the land is growing. Two families coming together with a brand new, huge company. They're going to be around to consult you with service and whatever you need. Ewald Kubota. From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas for over 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This makes me happy, Vic. Oh, Katy Perry.
Yeah.
I mean, people can hate, but this puts me in a good mood.
It does.
We have the doc on?
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Let's go to it then. Let's go to the Buyer's Barricade guest line, where we've got from Arasti, Dr. Jason Garrett joining us on the program. Joining us, not joining me and Rob, because it's a Wednesday. Rob doesn't work on Wednesdays anymore. He's a part-timer now. Dr. Garrett, how are you, sir?
I'm good. I never would have pegged you as a Katy Perry fan, but I guess we'll go from there.
Well, I like Katy Perry when Taylor's not available. You know, I'm a Swiftie first and foremost.
Yeah. I'm not sure that's any better. That might be worse.
No, how dare you, Doc? Don't start this. All right, let's get into what's going on in the world of injuries. There's a lot to discuss in the NFL, but I first want to hit what happened last night with Johni Broome, who is arguably the front runner for Player of the Year in college basketball. He left the game early and Bruce Pearl said that his shoulder popped out and popped right back in. Explain what he means by that, and when you hear that, what kind of injury are we talking about, and what kind of rehab recovery is necessary for it?
Yeah, anytime you hear a coach give an explanation, you got to take it with a grain of salt. So if the player has a history of subluxing or partially dislocating a shoulder where they kind of pop in and out, and they've done it from previous injuries, it may not be a big deal. So if you've done it several times, it's probably not creating a lot more damage. You just have a little instability in that joint, and it's going to occasionally happen. Now, if it's the first time it happens and you actually dislocate your shoulder, even if it pops back in, there's going to be a ton of inflammation, a lot of pain, a lot more instability, and it's going to be, probably more like a 6 to 8 week recovery for that to get better if they didn't tear anything and doesn't require surgery from like a labral tear or a long head of the bicep tear. Hopefully he's done this before, and it's just one of those things where it's going to hurt. You're going to tape it up, you're going to rehab it, make sure he's stable before he gets back out there. But without a little more information, it's kind of hard to make that call.
Yeah, and Bruce Pearl said that this same thing happened to him last year, so maybe it's the former, where it's something that he's just used to, and it causes a lot of quick pain, but he's right back in it after that. Let's go to the NFL. There's a ton of injuries in the NFL, and Geno Smith, the Seahawks quarterback, they're saying it was a sprained knee, no major injury, although it looked like it was pretty bad when he was on the sideline. It looked like he was about to cry. Turns out there's no major structural damage, a sprained knee. How is this going to affect him coming up here in Week 16? Is this something he's going to be able to play on, or is it probably wise to rest him and hope that he's back for the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, so you always look at swelling and inflammation. If there's acute swelling, That means even if there's no structural damage, there's significant soft tissue injury, and it's something you can't play through for 2 weeks, 3 weeks until you get that swelling out of the knee. Because anytime you have swelling around there, it's going to create a muscular kind of an off switch, which means like your quad isn't going to fire, so you're more likely to tear an ACL, tear a meniscus, hurt something else. So as long as there isn't any swelling and it's just a sprain where he can move around, play through it, if he can get to the point where he can run full speed while he's working out and his muscles are contracting the right way, he can play as long as he keeps it warm. If he gets to the point where it's not 100%, it's 80 or 70, then I would give him a couple more weeks of rest.
Nick Chubb, the Browns running back who worked so hard to get back from ACL surgery this season, now has a broken foot and is done for the rest of the year. When you start with one lower body injury, and I know often it can turn into another, but is this, in your opinion, just sort of a freak accident, and is this something that he's going to be able to recover fully from?
Hopefully it's just bad luck. It depends which bone was broken. There are a couple bones in the foot that if you fracture them, they don't heal well because they don't have a dedicated blood supply. And if you alter that blood supply from a fracture, you have to put a pin in there, and then you hope it heals well. If it's just a state of the run, broke a bone in my foot, he's going to be fine in 6 to 8 weeks. And from a healing standpoint, and then probably another couple months of just making sure you got the strength and stability back. If it's that case, no problem. It could be related to the ACL. I doubt it. It's probably more just bad luck.
The big injury was Patrick Mahomes. He has a high ankle sprain, apparently is trying to get back and play this weekend. That seems unlikely, and the betting line says that it's very, very unlikely. Otherwise, the Texans wouldn't be favored over the Chiefs. But the idea of a quarterback coming back and playing that's the next week on a high ankle sprain, how rare would that be? And is there risk for further damage if he were to play on it?
Yeah, if it is a true high ankle sprain, it would be absolutely reckless for the coach, the training staff, for him to try to play on it, because a real high ankle sprain means that the fibula and the tibia, the membrane between those two, has been separated. So one of your ankle bones acts like a wedge and drives up between there. That does not heal fast, and it can feel pretty good pretty quick, but as soon as you go out and plant on it, put a lot of weight on it, you completely unravel it. These can be really, really tricky. Sometimes they take months to really feel normal, and he's had that injury before. He was able to play through it, I think, during the Super Bowl and during the playoffs, which was pretty miraculous. So maybe that's why he thinks he can do it again, but it would be very, very dumb to have the record they currently have to risk taking him out for the rest of the year.
Well, TJ Watt with the same injury, although his seems to be a bit more mild, but when you talk about positionally, a guy who is in the trenches versus a quarterback, it seems like maybe this would be even more reckless to go out and play with that ankle sprain if you're a TJ Watt. Although I guess if you're a big man, you can sort of wrap it up even better. But what are your thoughts on the difference positionally between a guy like TJ Watt playing on it and a guy like Mahomes playing on it?
Yeah, I would say, again, assuming the ankle sprains are similar and they are true high ankle sprains. A lot of times people call them a high ankle sprain, which is just like swelling high up on the ankle. So let's assume it's a correctly defined high ankle sprain. A guy like TJ Watt, you got to think their bone structure is not that much different, but his power to leg ratio is off the chart compared to Patrick Mahomes, which means every time he plants and steps, all his body weight and his explosiveness is compounding the odds of that thing re-separating. So it's worse for a big, strong guy than it is for a quarterback.
That is Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti giving our weekly injury report. We appreciate the time, Doc, and talk to you next Wednesday. Oh, actually, I guess next Wednesday's Christmas, so we'll let you have the day off on next Wednesday. Appreciate it, and have a good holiday.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
There you go. That's Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti, and all guests appear via the Buyers Barricade guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com. Oh,
man.
I'm just carrying the load, man.
Yeah. Your eyes look a little droopy.
It'd be real nice if Rob would just kick in the door right now and say, I'm here to save the day.
I'll take over the last hour.
I don't think he's going to do it.
Yeah, no.
I don't think he's going to do it.
He's still asleep.
I think it's just us for the rest of the show, Vic.
Yeah.
It looks like if he was, because I think if he was going to show up, he'd show up by now. The worst part is Rob didn't tell us he was going to take today off.
Again.
Yeah, he just didn't show up. It's just terrible. Terrible that he would do that to us.
He's having a habit of doing that.
Yeah. And we text him, and he's like, that's not my problem.
Nothing.
I got days off. I'm using them when I feel like it.
Yeah.
You should have known I was going to be off on Wednesday. That's what I do is take Wednesdays off. I hope Patrick Mahomes doesn't play selfishly because I want the Chiefs to lose. Because if the Chiefs lose, then
we're all happy.
Well, yeah, but if clearly we're all happy.
Yeah, clearly.
But if the Chiefs lose, the hope is alive for the Bills to catch the Chiefs. The Bills now they're 2 games behind the Chiefs in the standings, but really they're not a full 2 games back because they've got that tiebreaker over Kansas City, as the Bills have been the only team to beat the Chiefs. Hopefully the Texans can get that job done, bring the Chiefs down to earth. And I think it would be very, very, very unwise for the Chiefs to play Patrick Mahomes the rest of the season. I think they should sit him out, wait for the playoffs, home field advantage, first round bye, be damned. Just make sure Patrick Mahomes is healthy. That's my opinion. Mm-hmm. Because I look back, if I'm the Chiefs, I'm looking over my shoulder at the Buffalo Bills, and the Bills play the Patriots twice and the Jets. For sure, the Bills are going to go 0-3, so the Chiefs have nothing to worry about. Just sit Mahomes, chill out, let the Bills lose all 3 of their games, and you're fine. You're going to be just fine. Patriots and the Jets. Of course they're going to beat the Bills. The Bills aren't that good. Just rest up, Patrick Mahomes. Rest up. Get your beauty sleep, like Rob. All right. 3 hours in the book. Only 1 left to go. Look at us, Vic. I think we're going to make it. There was a lot of doubts. There was a lot of people coming in the studio at the beginning of the show saying they're not going to make it. AJ and Vic can't do this by themselves. Yet here we are.
Yeah, there was only about 2 or 3.
1 hour left to go. And they were mostly all of our bosses. But that's okay. But we're proving everyone wrong. Yep. We're proving all the haters and the doubters wrong.
We can do it.
Hour number 4 on the other side. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Friday night, December 27th at 9:30. The Aggies head to Sin City to take on the USC Trojans in the Las Vegas Bowl. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 8:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by PayPal.
This season, the PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get exclusive cashback offers in the app. And with the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
Make holiday magic this year with something beautiful and timeless from Diamonds Direct. A stunning diamond pendant, a pair of classic diamond stud earrings, something new and eye-catching from a world-class designer. Or maybe you're looking for that perfect gemstone piece or a fabulous timepiece. At Diamonds Direct, we have hundreds of styles that are ready to be wrapped and put under the tree. No need to wait for shipping. Come and let our experts help you pick out that headliner gift. Or for some fabulous ideas before you head to the store, see the online seasonal gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. You can even chat now with a virtual assistant for the ultimate convenience. Whether you connect online or in person, you're guaranteed to get the extraordinary value, ironclad warranties, and white glove service Diamonds Direct is known for. And to help make your purchase even more affordable, we've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Hear that? The sound of adorable little birds in your garden. And if you were here, you'd taste the 2 sweet but tiny tomatoes you grew all by yourself. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens when you're riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive on your way to the store for a pack of normal-sized tomatoes. So if you ride, switch to Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer, without getting your hands dirty. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Are you an oblivious person hogging the sidewalk like a large dying snail? Do people stuck behind you ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should go to Mattress Firm. They have tons of quality beds at every price. So anyone, even people...
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now, sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first. On your timeline, no waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first, sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Santa's coming to town and he's stopping at Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma. Stop by this Wednesday, December 18th, and let your 4-legged family member meet Santa and take pictures while you enjoy the cozy, caring boarding facilities. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma, where pets are family.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We can now add an accident to all that road work on 35, northbound 35 at FM 3009. This wreck is in the left lane. 35-minute delay, slow from 1604. And, of course, that ongoing road work, 35 southbound Tupperwine to Judson Road. Roadway reduced to 1 lane. A massive delay, over 90 minutes, so just avoid it if at all possible. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The Milwaukee Bucks won the 2024 NBA Cup last night with a dominant 97-81 victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder. And Giannis was selected MVP. And it's bowl season. Tonight, Western Kentucky and James Madison battle it out in the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl. And Cal takes on UNLV in the LA Bowl. I'm Vic Brown with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 4 of the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Renji says Herschel Walker was just selected the ambassador to the Bahamas. Faces Senate approval. Oh my God.
What?
Dude, Herschel Walker is like the poster child of CTE.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, something wrong with him.
Yeah, I'm not talking about politics, but I'm talking about brain damage. Something new is happening this week, and there's some fans who are upset about it. And I want to know where you lie on this. Not only you, Vic, but the listeners as well. Let me know.
All right.
If you want to put it in the brigade bar, that's fine. I'm also on Twitter, X.com. If you want to give me responses there, I try to interact on X.com. I haven't done it as much on since I've been here in San Antonio because it doesn't seem like it's a big part of the show. But where I've been before, I always talk to listeners on At the time, it was Twitter.com. I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember when X was called Twitter.com, but I was there for it.
Before it was purchased.
I lived it. I lived in the Twitter era. But it's at AJ is the real if you want to interact. The thing that's happening this year or this week for the first time is a game is being flexed to Thursday night football. The NFL owners in March of 2023 kicked around the idea of flexing games to Thursday because the ratings had not been huge in the first year of their contract with Amazon on Prime Video. And a lot of it was there's, quite frankly, the rule of everyone has to play at least one Thursday game means that you're going to get a lot of bad games. The reason why Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football are typically good is because those are teams people want to see play, even if they're going to see them play 4 times a year. You know, like if you saw the Chiefs play the Ravens one week, it wouldn't mean that you don't want to watch the Chiefs play the Eagles 2 weeks later. I mean, people
still want to see it.
Yeah, people want to see the best teams play each other. What they don't want to see is Jags versus Jets, and that's typically what you get on a Thursday night football game. Now, what they're doing now, like back then in 2023, it failed by 2 votes. The owners did not like the concept of it because he said at some point we've got to give consideration to the fans coming to our games. People make plans to go to these games weeks and months in advance. And 15 days ahead of time to say, sorry, guys, the game you were planning on coming to on Sunday, you're not going to be able to. That's on Thursday night. So now 2 months later, they passed the proposal. And now we're doing it for the first time. The Chargers are playing the Broncos on Thursday night. It was initially scheduled for a 1:05 start on Sunday, and now it's on Thursday night. They announced this on November 22nd that it was flexed. So they gave you almost a month of runtime that it was going to be flexed. But it either way, like some of these people had been planning on attending the game for months in advance. They're all left trying to figure out how to get there. Now, here's where it gets tough for me. There's a lot of people who are like, this guy named August Sage is a Chargers fan. He said that he was planning to attend the game on December 22nd with his son Gabe, who is in the Army. Gabe's military leave starts on December 20th, according to Sage, and he was going to head home to Beaumont, California for the holidays. The timing worked out for the father and son to attend the December 22nd game together. Sage said he only gets to see his son at most twice a year. Now the game has been flexed to a day before Gabe's military leave, and they can't go to the game. And that's disappointing. Justin Krofel said he got tickets to the game as a birthday gift from his wife, Brittany. He's got 3 kids. They live in Idaho. They're originally from San Diego, so they travel back to Southern California for the holidays every year, and they attend a Chargers game if they can. But they bought tickets this year for the whole family, all 3 kids, including Landon, who's 14 and is a diehard Charger fan, which I don't know if those really exist. Maybe at 14 they do.
Maybe.
First of all, he cries after every loss. He gets that from me. If you cry every time your football team loses, you're a loser.
Yeah, you can't.
I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for you. If you cry every time they lose, you have real emotional issues. But they said during the holidays, you can't change your flights. So we got a family full of 5 people. Even getting a flight for 5 people is difficult, much less changing your flight. So Brittany was forced to sell the tickets and said even that was a hassle. She bought them on Game Time, which is a secondary market, and that site won't let you resell the tickets until the day of the game. So, yeah. Now, here's the question. Do we feel worse for these people who their plans are being messed up? And that sucks. I get it. But selfishly, I want to see a good game on TV. If it's a I want to see the Broncos-Chargers game. That's a good game. It means something. I'm glad that it is on Thursday night. Now, again, I didn't make tickets or ticket arrangements and travel arrangements to go watch the game.
You just need to know what channel it's on.
Right, it's on Amazon Prime.
It's on Prime.
But it does feel like it sucks for these handful of people But for the vast majority of the NFL fans, hey, I'm good with it. Do you feel? Am I wrong for being? For being selfish?
No.
I just want good games.
We gotta treasure the rest of the football season.
We're running out of time.
Yeah, it's gonna be gone, and then we gotta wait a whole other freaking 8 months.
We're running out of time. So Michael Jasper had planned a reunion with his high school friends that he grew up with in San Diego. They're spread out now. 4 guys are still in San Diego. One's in Charlotte, one's in St. Louis, and one's in Austin. And they try to see a Chargers game every year around Christmas break. The December 22nd game, he said, worked out great for us. They discussed the reunion for months. Jasper said he bought 7 tickets for the group on Ticketmaster and bought 2 parking passes so they could tailgate. 2 days later, the league announced a flex to Thursday night. The out-of-town friends were not arriving until Friday or Saturday. The group in San Diego, including Jasper, couldn't get off work. And Jasper said he called Ticketmaster, and their response was, there's a disclaimer on the website indicating that the game can be flexed, so you're kind of SOL. It's a tiny little disclaimer, and he said it's not enough to justify what they did. This is consumer abuse, essentially. He said he had to sell the tickets in bunches and lost money in the ordeal. He said it was a total bummer, something we look forward to for months in advance. But again, yes, it sucks for a handful of people.
Is it going to deter people from planning stuff like that? But it could happen in any team, couldn't it?
But this is the minority. Right. These are the people that they
don't matter.
You're going to write a story about them, sure, and it sucks for these 5 people. The 5 stories of people who are like,
well, right? That's what it is.
Selfishly, I'm okay. What was I going to watch on Thursday? I don't want to watch Jets Jaguars. But I'll watch Broncos Chargers. I'll be there for that. Now, you won't. You're going to fall asleep early no matter who's playing.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You don't care who it is.
It could be the Super Bowl. I'll still fall asleep. I'll see who wins in the morning.
Yeah. Now, me, I'm going to stay up and watch it. I'm going to have money on it. I'm going to stay up and watch it.
Yeah. Well, if I had money on it, I'd stay up, but
That's what you need to do then. Start betting on sports.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. If you're tired of being underpaid, double your money with sports betting. That's the way to do it. That's my advice to you.
It's not financial, but just
no, it's
advice.
only my advice to you, not to anyone else listening.
Okay.
But just you as my friend. I would say take your entire paycheck, just put it on one football game, and then you could double your money. You'll have double the money for Christmas.
Interesting.
It's a good, right?
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
And if you lose, if you were poor before, you're still poor.
I could live here.
Yeah. I got a couch at my apartment.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you can crash on my couch. Now your family can't come. There's too many of them.
No. We'll find them a place.
There's too many people.
And I love cats, so. I'll bet it all.
You're gonna have to share my couch with the cat. I'm afraid. Yeah, I don't feel bad because I'm selfish, but it does suck.
There's a risk anytime you buy tickets to an event anyway. It could be canceled, could be moved, just like in this situation. So now it is what it is.
What I believe is unfair more than anything is it's unfair to these teams. You know, like it's unfair to teams who you got to map out playing a Thursday game is a giant inconvenience for every NFL team. No team likes playing the Thursday game. It sucks. Yeah. You have a short week. Nobody wants to. You play on Sunday,
then you got to play again,
and then you're playing on Thursday. That's miserable. Most guys' bodies aren't even starting to recover or they're just starting to recover by.
But you
Thursday.
have a longer recovery after Thursday.
Sure,
right?
you get a little bit of a bonus, but for these teams, these two teams that are fighting for playoff spots, neither one of them is going to be at their best. Neither one of them is peaking, certainly. So it puts them in a tough spot. Even as much as the fans. And now, listen, I'm as a man of the people, I do have to feel somewhat sorry for the fans, but also, from a competitive standpoint, it's not going to be the best football. And that's why I don't mind seeing the crummy games played on Thursday night, because usually, who cares about how well these crummy teams play? Who cares how good they look? I don't care.
Football is Sunday and Monday.
I like having a Thursday game.
Yeah.
I just have low expectations for it. That's all it is. If you set your expectations low on Thursday night, you'll never be disappointed.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
You'll never be disappointed. And B. Hannon says NFL can pull this off in L.A., not a home fan base. Try this in Philly. You're right, but at the same time, most Philly fans live in Philly. So they're not going to have as much of a problem with it.
Right.
Because the Chargers don't really have a fan, or they have a very mobile fan base, a very spread out fan base. It's a bigger deal for them because they've got they're all having to travel to go see the game. But I don't know. I don't know which side I fall on, but personally, I ain't that mad about it. You know, it sucks for these guys.
It just sucks that there's a disclaimer on the tickets that no one tells you about till it happens.
You got to learn the hard way, Bubba. Learn the hard way. All right, when we come back, we'll take a look at what's going on outside the world of sports. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a few stalls. 35 southbound Santa Rosa, right shoulder blocked. Another broken down vehicle, Loop 410 eastbound at Callahan, and 281 northbound Wurzbach Parkway again. These stalls, all of them off to the shoulder. Main lanes are getting by. In fact, most all our major freeway systems looking good right now and rolling at posted speeds. I'm Debbie Alxer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
What's on? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by PayPal.
This season, the PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get exclusive cashback offers in the app. And with the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
America's Diamond has never sold lab-grown diamonds, and we warned our clients, friends, and neighbors that wholesale prices would crash to almost nothing. 2-carat GVS2 lab-grown diamonds are currently being traded at wholesale for $264, but some jewelers are still selling them online for $3,000 to $4,000. Repeat, wholesale $264, retail $3,000 to $4,000. Some retailers are selling 1-carat lab-grown diamonds for under $300, and others are giving them away for free with purchase. Lab-grown diamonds are very easy to detect with gemological equipment. Tens of millions of carats are produced in huge factories in China and India, using a tremendous amount of subsidized electricity supplied by coal-burning power plants. America's Diamond has only offered traditional, real, natural earth-grown diamonds that are rare, extremely beautiful, and have had real value for centuries. See our television program tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or right now at americasdiamond.com.
How you feeling today? I hope there is nothing that is paining you and keeping you out of life. But most people, we deal with a little bit of pain. That you can put aside and go back in, that's one thing. But if you've got pain that is keeping you out of the things you want to do, I want you to call Arasti today. Because not only can they get you out of pain fast, they accept most insurances, but they're going to do it in a way that you might not be accustomed to. It's not about pills or medications to dull the pain, not about surgery to prolong the problem. I'm talking about your body fixing itself. It has worked remarkably well for me. Whether you're dealing with lower back issues, sprains or strains, soft tissue injuries, frozen shoulders, backs, tension, headaches, and everything in between, let Arasti get it fixed. And they do it fast. They're all around San Antonio, new providers all the time. Find them at Arasti.com. I bet there's a provider less than 10 minutes where you are right now. Call them at 1-800-404-6050. Go to their website to get your appointment, but go and thank me later.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Lowe's knows how to help you save time and money, no matter the job. That's why we can deliver supplies to your job site as soon as same day, so you have more time to get the job done. Because when you need it fast, we've got you covered. Lowe's knows pros. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors.
Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare and you want out, you need to get the facts. Wesley Financial Group and its founder, Chuck McDowell, have helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshares permanently, and he may be able to help you too. Call right now. Chuck will send you a timeshare exit information guide free explaining how your timeshare works and all your options for cancellation. You want to call Wesley Financial Group, 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. Once again, 800-761-0000.
Can you dig it? Come into any Ewald Kubota dealer and dig the savings on the full line of Kubota excavators. Like 0%, 0 down for 48 months. Plus, save up to $10,000 off. Come see us. Kubota deals are here. Kubota deals are now.
Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Katy Perry again, right?
Wake up!
Yeah.
Wake up! Wake up! Grab your brush and put a little makeup. Why'd you put the kid on the table?
I love this band.
Yeah.
System of a Down. Oh,
Good
yes.
sound.
Ah, yes. I don't think you trust in my self-righteous suicide. I cry when angels deserve to die.
Good stuff, man.
This is my favorite Katy Perry song. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Love it, man. Love my girl Katy Perry. Love my girl Katy Perry. All right. Every day around this time, I like to take a look at what's going on outside the world of sports, and we got plenty today. Plenty to discuss today, including a fellow named Mark Robinson. You may be unfamiliar with Mark Robinson. If you followed the news, you may have heard him referred to before as Mini Soldier. He became famous in September when allegations appeared that he was using that moniker to post on a pornographic website. Now, Mark Robinson he's the lieutenant governor of North Carolina. For those who don't know, he is now suing, saying that he never made those posts. So he is suing CNN for defamation. Now, Robinson was trying to be reelected. He lost in November by 15 percentage points. Now, the loss came a little over a month after CNN reported that Robinson used this online handle to post remarks on a website called Nude Africa, including purported comments in support of slavery and one declaring himself as a black Nazi. And Robinson has denied these allegations. He said, I don't know where you came up with this, but this is not me. Under any circumstance could this be me. Now, What you don't want to do is, if you're being accused of that and now you're filing a defamation lawsuit, you don't want to log into your state meetings with the handle mini soldier that you've been now accused of saying racist and sexist things with. I don't know how this name got associated with me, sir. Sir, Lieutenant Governor, you're actually logged in under that username right now during this meeting. What? What? This same
me.
one?
It's not me.
I don't know. How'd that happen?
God.
What a dope.
Man.
Yeah. So he is he was meeting virtually from home because he was recovering from a dental procedure. So he logged in to the meeting and they were like, "Hey, wait a minute. Isn't this the meeting And then, of course, he logs off. He instantly logs off and tries to log in with something else.
And
a different username.
Come on.
People are so stupid. People are so stupid. There's some things that I don't mess with, man. I don't mess with I don't like grocery store sushi. I'm too nervous for that.
Ew. I don't like sushi at all.
I don't like gas station tamales.
I don't like gas station anything unless it's sealed.
I'm with you
like
on that.
Like a soda or something like that. But
now, as much as I love heroin, I don't think I would use something called gas station heroin.
What?
More than 22 pounds of so-called gas station heroin was intercepted by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents.
Gas station heroin.
In New Jersey. The officers found basically this. It was in a package labeled as deep groove ball bearings. The shipment was intercepted on December 4th. It was supposed to be sent to New Jersey. Now, authorities tested the substance and identified it as tyanetine sodium salt. That is an atypical tricyclic antidepressant that is sold in European, Asian, and South American countries to allegedly treat anxiety, depression, and irritable bowel syndrome. It is referred to as gas station heroin because it's often sold at gas stations and known to lead to the same effects as opioids. Now, tianeptine poses severe health risks, including death, authorities said. So it's obviously, you can't sell it at gas stations here in the United States. But now they're not going to be able to sell any of this gas station.
Yeah.
Imagine someone being like, "Hey, you want to try this new drug? It's called gas station heroin." I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm out.
Doesn't sound too appealing.
A lot of people saying, HEB sushi's good. Okay.
No, yeah. I don't eat sushi, but I'm assuming it is.
I'm a bit of a sushi snob.
Really? Okay.
Oh, yes.
That's good to know. Good to know.
It's one of those things I think you got to be very careful with. But
do you like the wasabi?
Oh yeah.
That's right. You're all you're a pepper guy.
I like to mix the wasabi in the soy sauce and make like a little paste, and then use that.
Good. Okay.
That's the way to go.
Okay. Yeah, I like the way the wasabi tastes.
But you don't like sushi?
No. Not really. I just never.
You don't even like the like rice roll, like a roll type sushi.
I'll eat that maybe.
But you don't like just the straight up sashimi.
And the reason why is
because
I got extremely sick.
Probably because you had gas station sushi.
The first time I've ever tried it, like 20 years ago. Yeah.
Gas station sushi. Avoid it. Avoid it like the plague. I beg of you. Do not.
Yeah.
Do not partake in gas station sushi. Are you familiar with Ociel Cardenas?
Mm-mm. What is that?
Ociel Cardenas is a notorious drug lord. Ociel Cardenas Guillen. He was in the U.S. serving a sentence, and he got through his sentence. He served 14 years, most of his 25-year U.S. prison sentence, and the U.S. Homeland Security Department confirmed that he had been sent back to Mexico. Presumably, he was deported. Okay. He is a Mexican citizen. There had been some nervousness about him returning to Mexico. He once led the feared Gulf cartel in northeastern Mexico before he was arrested and extradited to the U.S. Now, he got back to Mexico and was immediately taken into custody in Mexico on a drug, organized crime, and money laundering charge. So you spend 14 years in prison in the U.S. They say, all right, man, you're out of prison. We're deporting you. You're like, oh, you know what? I'm deported, but you know what? At least I'm free. And you land on Mexican soil, and the first thing they do you is arrest you. He is now 57 years old. He is a native of Matamoros. He moved tons of cocaine, made millions of dollars through the Gulf Cartel in Reynosa and Matamoros. But now he's back in prison. He's got a fearsome reputation for violence.
Didn't they release Carlos later? From he served like 30 years back in the.
I think so. Yeah. It's funny because if you look at him, he's like, back in the day before his prison sentence, he was he looked like a drug lord. But now he's
an 80s drug lord.
now he's kind of fat. He's bald, balding, like the worst kind of bald, where you've got the bozo ring, like.
No,
just shave it. If that's what your hair looks like, just give up, man.
Yeah,
it's okay. People go bald. It's okay. Don't try to hold on to every inch that you've got, though. There's nothing worse than that.
And then no toupee or anything. No
toupee. And he's got little round glasses. Like this is supposed to be like the most violent drug lord in all of Mexico.
Yeah. He doesn't have a gold.
It doesn't seem that scary.
He doesn't have a gold-plated gun or anything.
No, they didn't let him leave with that. When the U.S. kicked him out of the country, they didn't say, "Here's your gold-plated .45."
Yeah, with the gold-plated bullets.
No. No, they didn't send him packing with that. Somehow they decided, you know what, we're gonna send him to Mexico unarmed. And good call, because
look what happened.
Obviously, they were waiting on him. They had to take the guy in. There were 25 films selected for the National Film Registry this year, which basically 25 films that they said we've got to preserve. The history of the industry of film counts on these films. I want to know how many of these you've seen.
Okay.
And your thoughts on them. Because some of these I've never even heard of. First of all, Annabelle Serpentine Dance came out in 1895.
Nope.
That's insane. I've never heard of that. I didn't know there were movies in 1895. Coco's Earth Control and came out in 1928. Angels with Dirty Faces came out in 1938. Pride of the Yankees, that's the movie about Lou Gehrig, came out in 1942.
Haven't seen it.
Invaders from Mars came out in 1953. The Miracle Worker came out in 1962.
I think I've seen that one.
The Chelsea Girls in 1966. And in 1973, Ganja and Hess came out. Now, apparently 1974, that's the age that me being a negative 6-year-old person in 1974, that's when I started watching movies.
I was 3.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out in 1974.
Yeah.
I think we should do everything to preserve that film.
Yes. I agree with you there.
Up in Smoke came out in 1978.
I have the beta and VHS of that movie. Yeah.
What great film work that we've got to preserve.
Of its time.
We've got to preserve. Now, personally, my favorite is Next Movie. Cheech and Chong's Next Movie is my favorite, even more than Up in Smoke. I know Up in Smoke is the most popular.
I like both of them,
But Cheech and Chong's Next movie is my favorite. My favorite, the very beginning is my favorite part, where they're hauling the trash can full of gasoline.
Yeah.
They siphon somebody's gas into a trash can. And it like all they're dumping it into the gas tank. All the like banana peels are going in the gas can or into the gas tank.
And the way he spits
and then he's like lighting up, and he's like, "Hey man, I don't know if you should light that in here, man." He's like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Hey, it's all good, man."
Yeah.
He's like, "I don't know, man. It smells like gasoline in here." Oh, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it, Holmes. And he lights, and the car explodes. And luckily they don't die, because that would have been a very short movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because then there's a movie after that.
You would think they would die.
Of course they would have died. But no, they blew up, but then
Yeah, there's a lot of good scenes in there. Just hilarious, man.
Oh, God. Cheech and Chong were before their time. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. I wish Rob was here to talk about that. I've never seen a single Star Trek movie.
I've seen them, but I'm not a Star Trek. You're
not a Trekkie because you're on Team Star Wars.
That's
you guys
right.
are oil and water.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop in 1984. Great film.
Yeah. I think I was in 8th grade when that came out.
1987, Dirty Dancing.
Oh, that was my mom's favorite movie.
That was very sexual.
That was my mom's. No, she was just in love with, what's his name, Swayze, I think.
Yeah. American Me in 1992. Mi Familia in 1995. Spy Kids in 2001.
I remember that.
No Country for Old Men in 2007.
That is a good movie.
That is a fantastic movie.
I love that movie. Yep.
And from 2010, The Social Network, also a very good movie. So there you go. That's the films that have been placed into the National Film Registry for preservation. Those films will last a lifetime.
Cheech and Chong made it.
They made it. I thought all films last a lifetime, but that's not the case. Keep It Sports, he says, my basketball coach, he done kicked me off the team. For wearing high sneakers and acting like a queen.
Good stuff, man.
Mexican Americans don't like to go to school. They like to hang out all day and watch television. God, what a great movie.
Remember when that neighbor was yelling at Chong? You just walk in like nothing.
Yeah.
You don't care.
Before their time, I tell you, before their time. All right, when we come back, we'll do what we always do to wrap up the show, and we'll take a look at the daily lines. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
South Texas College Football Headquarters. Wonderful time of the year for fans. Bowl season is no exception. The biggest and best matchups this bowl season are brought to you by Ewald Kubota and the Break Room Bar. Hear them all on South Texas' first and only FM sports station, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Looking for a way to have a few extra bucks for the holiday season? Well, get down to SA Card House for the Customer Appreciation Stocking Stuffer Tournament, Saturday, December 21st at 2 p.m. $50 buy-in, $15,000 guaranteed prize pool, plus a free meal. They'll be drawing random seats for prizes all day, every 30 minutes. Registration's open until 5 p.m., so make sure you get down. 281 in Bitters, San Antonio's premier card house, SA Card House.
Oh, Christmas leaks, you make our carpet squishy.
Here at Quarter Moon Plumbing, we know all your Christmas wants, like the popular leaky faucet, the overflowing toilet, or the trendy clogged sewer line. No matter what list you're on, naughty or nice, Quarter Moon Plumbing will answer your call fast and fix your emergency quickly so you can get back to your Coco and Carolyn.
651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
We all expect our home to protect everything we love. But we don't expect that water is the reason parts of our concrete have gotten so uneven. Walkway tripping hazards, sinking pool deck, cracked driveways are dangerous threats to everyone's safety. But there's one way to learn how your concrete can be lifted. A free home inspection from Foundation Support Specialists. They'll restore your concrete and give you peace of mind. Get your free inspection at FoundationSupportSpecialists.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Santa's coming to town and he's stopping at Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma. Stop by this Wednesday, December 18th, and let your 4-legged family member meet Santa and take pictures while you enjoy the cozy, caring boarding facilities. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma, where pets are family.
Got a hard-to-shop-for person on your list? Put some good beer under the Christmas tree. Something from Carbach. You can find it all over San Antonio. Grab them a 6-pack of Crawford Box, 6-pack of Hopadillo, or maybe even a 12-pack of Love Street. Carbach always makes a great gift.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tab when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win. And they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Make holiday magic this year with something beautiful and timeless from Diamonds Direct. A stunning diamond pendant, a pair of classic diamond stud earrings, something new and eye-catching from a world-class designer. Or maybe you're looking for that perfect gemstone piece or a fabulous timepiece. At Diamonds Direct, we have hundreds of styles that are ready to be wrapped and put under the tree. No need to wait for shipping. Come and let our experts help you pick out that headliner gift. Or for some fabulous ideas before you head to the store, see the online seasonal gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. You can even chat now with a virtual assistant for the ultimate convenience. Whether you connect online or in person, you're guaranteed to get the extraordinary value, ironclad warranties, and white glove service Diamonds Direct is known for. And to help make your purchase even more affordable, we've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
We did a deal yesterday on Instagram for a gift card, and we used the word Joe's Toes. And I'm not going to say this guy's name. He says, You want to read that?
The entire thing goes, Joe's Toes. Joe's Toes. Put them in my mouth. Joe's Toes. Yummy.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix, and you're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Don't like to just get into gang fights. They like flowers and music and white girls named Debbie, too.
Classic.
Mexican Americans are named Chata and Chela and Chema and have a son-in-law named Jeff. Mexican Americans don't like to get up early in the morning, but they have to, so they do it real slow. Mexican Americans love education, so they go to night school and they take Spanish and get a B.
Good stuff, man.
I love it. I love it. They don't like to go to the movies where the dude has to wear contact lenses to make his blue eyes brown. Because it don't make my brown eyes blue. Yeah.
I like when he's in his tutu.
I like it. What a great movie. Hey, 15 years ago in non-sports related news, Rage Against the Machine is probably one of my favorite bands of all time. I love Rage Against the Machine. I think their music still is relevant now as it was, when they came out. But they went on the BBC 15 years ago on a breakfast show, and the deal was, hey, we're going to let you promote your new single, a little song called "Killin' in the Name of." But the deal was you can't use the F word on our air. And there's a part in that song where F you, I won't do what you tell me. And they say it over and over again. And the first couple times they did it, it was like real quiet, and it was like, won't do what you tell me. Won't do what you tell me.
Okay, the
and then he
edited
just
version,
broke into it and put his fingers down. It was like, he went full blown on him.
Oh, no.
And the BBC like panicked. They're like, we have to take this off the air, blah, blah, blah. They were not supposed to say that word on our television broadcast. They were supposed to edit themselves, and they failed to do so.
On the telly.
No, on the telly. You can't say the F word on the telly. 3 days later, Killing in the Name of was number 1 in the country on the UK pop charts, knocking off the UK or the X Factor's UK Christmas, and 100% of the proceeds of that single were donated to UK homeless charities. God bless Rage Against the Machine. That's the way you do it. That's how you
That's how you do it. That's how you get out
publicity, man.
That's how you get out of it.
That's how you get publicity. Yeah.
Look,
and sometimes you have to sing the Mexican American song on the radio to get publicity.
Yeah, I'm like Freedom Ride. I want to watch them again.
Of course, yeah.
I think I'll watch them again this week.
I want to get baked and watch Cheech and Chong's next movie. That sounds awesome.
I'll watch Nice Dreams too. Which is
like
that the one
too.
with the lady in the Rolls Royce? Or remember? With Red.
Is that the one with Pee Wee Herman in it? Which one is that?
Which one is that?
Let me see.
No, the one where it's Red, his cousin Red.
Yeah. Pee Wee Herman's is his next movie is the Cheech and Chong one.
Okay.
So yeah,
I just couldn't remember.
That's where Pee Wee Herman works at the hotel. He's the clerk at the hotel. God, what a great movie. Was
your mom Japanese? No, she's a waitress.
R.I.P. to Pee Wee Herman, by the way. R.I.P. Pee Wee Herman. All right, let's do what we always do to wrap up the show and take a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
All right, bowl season back in action. And by the way, you can listen to these bowls right here on our little radio station. The Boca Raton, I like to call it the rootclaim.com Ratmouth Bowl. Will be Western Kentucky and James Madison. James Madison, a 7-point favorite. Total is 49.5. I like Jimmy Madison in this one. And then the LA Bowl, Cal versus UNLV. UNLV is a 3.5-point favorite. I bet on Cal early in this process because I knew that UNLV was going to be in shambles without their coaches. And usually the first thing, I want to fade every team whose coach leaves. Like, if you don't have a coach, you're screwed. Unfortunately for me, when I got Cal at an early number, since then, their starting and backup quarterbacks have opted out. So I could no longer recommend a bet on the Cal Golden Bears. What I can do is recommend a bet on the under. The under is set at 47.5, and this is going to be an ugly game. I can't imagine with UNLV, their coaches are gone. Cal's on their third-string quarterback. I don't know much about him. I can't imagine he's worth a damn. So I think this is going to be an ugly, ugly game in the LA Bowl. But, hey, Gronk will be there. And, I mean, what else really matters? I forgot to mention that all the games that we play on our airwaves, which, by the way, the game tonight starts at 4 o'clock, all those games brought to you by the Break Room Bar in Live Oak on Pat Booker and Ewald Kubota, bringing you all the college football of this postseason. All right. Let's take a look at the National Basketball Association. We're back into games that don't matter at all now that the trophy's been handed out. The Utah Jazz, 4-point dogs in Detroit. Kind of like Detroit here. Detroit's been playing better. Utah, not that great to begin with. I like the Pistons. Thunder, -6 at the Magic. I don't know what to expect from the Thunder. First of all, I hate this travel spot for them. They go from Vegas, where they played last night. Now they're traveling all the way to the East Coast to play the Orlando Magic, and they're laying 6 points on the road. I think it's Magic or nothing for me. The Charlotte Hornets are at the Washington Wizards in a battle of atrociously bad teams. The Hornets -3.5 in D.C. The Bulls +14.5 at the Celtics. Feels like a lot of points to me. So probably a dog or pass situation there as well. Another pretty bad game. Brooklyn at Toronto. Toronto, a 3.5-point home favorite. Pelicans catching 10 in Houston. The Warriors +4 at Memphis. I like Memphis in that game quite a bit, actually. The Hawks +1 here in San Antonio tonight. Important game, as every Hawks loss improves your chances. So for that good ping pong ball. Clippers +6.5 at the Mavericks, kind of like the Mavericks in that one. Pacers +6.5 at Phoenix, kind of like the Pacers there. Knicks are at the Timberwolves. Timberwolves -2.5. Seems about right. Blazers catching 8.5 at home against the Nugs. I would expect the Nuggets to blast them here. Usually don't like big road favorites, but that does feel like a good bet. And the Lakers are in Sacramento. Sacramento a 5-point home favorite. I lean to the home team in that matchup. College basketball sports matches tonight. We talked about the SEC dominance a little earlier in the program, and they dominated once again last night. We go to the schedule tonight in the top 25 in action. Xavier's at UConn. UConn, a 13-point favorite. I think they absolutely blast Xavier in this spot it's at the XL Center in Hartford, so not in stores, but it's basically a home game. Memphis is at Virginia. Memphis -4.5. The much better team. This feels like a spot where Virginia can just ugly up the game and stay close. I lean to Virginia, but they've really stunk it up in some big games, so it's probably a stay away for me. Houston -29.5 hosting Toledo. I always like the Cougars against bad teams at home, although the Cougars underperformed this year. They're 6-3, so hard to recommend them here. The Alabama Crimson Tide, mentioned them earlier, 24.5-point favorites at North Dakota. Marquette laying 14.5 at home against Butler. Gonzaga -35.5 against Nichols. And Oklahoma, the number 14 team in the country, catching 3.5 against Michigan in the Spectrum Center at the Jumpman Invitational in Charlotte, North Carolina. So Michigan -3.5 on a neutral floor against the unbeaten Sooners. I see some value in Boomer Sooner on that one. So there you go. That is your look at the daily lines, brought to you by SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house. I guess I can give you the lines on the NFL games. The game tomorrow, the Chargers -3 against the Broncos on the Thursday night football game that everyone's sad about. Now the Chiefs are 3-point favorites against the Texans at home. Now it's starting to look more like a questionable on Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
I can't imagine they play him. It would be outright foolish for them to play him, I think. The other Saturday game is the Ravens and the Steelers. Ravens -6.5 at home against the Steelers. The Ravens and Steelers, every game is decided by like less than a field goal. I could not in good conscience lay more than a field goal with either team. So it'll be Steelers for me in this game. Vikings are at Seattle this weekend. Minnesota, a 3-point road favorite. Jags Raiders, the game of the decade. Jacksonville, Las Vegas. Everyone's been saying, oh, I can't wait for this game. Give me that game. Well, bad news. You can't even bet on it right now. It's off the board everywhere. Actually, just popped up. Never mind. Raiders 1-point favorites over Jacksonville. Raiders favored at home against Jacksonville.
Go Raiders!
The Raiders.
The Raiders!
What a game that's going to be. Speaking of great games, oh my God, I'm going to have to bet on the New York freaking Giants this weekend.
What?
I think I have to.
Okay.
The Giants are +8 at the Falcons with a rookie quarterback making his first ever start. I mean,
well, yeah.
8 points? That's outrageous. The Giants suck so bad, though.
Jeez.
Oh, I don't want to do that. That's terrible.
Just put 20.
The Lions are at Chicago. Lions laying 6.5. The Browns are at the Bengals. Cincinnati -7.5. Jameis Winston benched. Dorian Thompson-Robinson will start for the Cleveland Browns. Cannot throw the football to save his life, but he runs fast. I would imagine the Bengals mollywop the Browns. Although the Bengals, something's got to give. The Bengals 1-5 at home this year. Browns 1-6 on the road.
Oh,
something's got to give, baby.
Yeah.
Tennessee Titans are at Indy. Titans +3.5 at the Colts. Will Levis benched. Mason Rudolph will get the start. That makes me not want to back the Colts. I think I might be on the Titans, actually. I think the Titans are going to be upgraded without Will Levis on the field, throwing it to the other team automatically. The Rams are at the Jets. Rams 3-point favorites in New York. Eagles minus 3.5 at the Commanders. I kind of like the Commanders catching over a field goal at home. Commanders feel like that feels like a solid play. The Eagles aren't running away from teams generally. Home field advantage doesn't mean a lot in division. It's not big travel from Philly to D.C., but Commanders have been solid. Got probably a win they didn't deserve to get last week. Or at least they almost blew. A 2-point conversion was the difference in that game. But the Cardinals are at the Panthers. Cardinals minus 4.5 at Carolina. The Patriots and the Bills. The Bills minus 14 at home against the New England Patriots. The Bills picked to win by 2 touchdowns over the lowly New England Patriots. 49ers are at the Dolphins. Dolphins minus 1.5 at home. The Bucks at the Cowboys. Tampa Bay minus 4 in Arlington. And the Monday night game currently lined Packers minus 14 against the New Orleans Saints, who will presumably be throwing Spencer Rattler back out there again, which is just disgusting. All right, there you go. There's your look at the daily lines, brought to you by SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house, located at 281 and Bitters. Vic, we made it, man.
We did.
They said it couldn't be done.
But yet we did.
They said it couldn't be done. You know what's going to happen, though? We're going to get off the air, and we're going to go get on the on our call with our boss, and he's going to say, you know, guys, today's show was dog water. It was terrible. It was gross. You guys, it was a pathetic performance. Pathetic performance. Have you ever done radio before is what he's going to ask. Have you ever done it? And I'm going to look at him dead in the eyes and go.
On the screen?
I'm going to go, no. You hired me to do this. I'd never done it before. I lied on my resume. I've never done this job before I got here. That's what I'm going to tell him. I'm going to break the news to him today that I'm an imposter. This is I just started in this business. All right.
AJ Hoffman.
That will do it for us, friends. Go see the Blitz. They are going to be at Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit today, doggy daycare in Selma off I-35. So go out there, say hello to them. And again, make sure you listen to our bowl games tonight. We've got the Ratmouth Bowl and the LA Bowl right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Good job today, Vic. Rob should be back tomorrow if he feels like coming to work. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out.
No guarantees. This has been the Morning Huddle, the little bitty baby Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.